We are live.
Hold on, man. Your volume messed up, bro.
Salam alaikum with magic.
There you go.
Salam alaikum with magic and salutations to all. I am IIEHU Bauz Ray, your host for this shadow rotation, Monday, 25th March, 2024. Day 2 of the 3-day full eagle / Olmec earthworm moon live reading of the Imperial and Imperial - executive missions of the Imperial Royal Office for His - Imperial - Majesty, IIEHU, and the Royal Bio for His Imperial Majesty, Space Emperor Sam Hu, at many - Array, quote, Adeloyi, end quote. And the moderator for this rotation is Amir Moon Ray. Now, I will begin with the reading of our pledge. Begin all acts, breathing and thinking by saying Kalum / all, by way of the infinity flame of the dwellers enthroned in the flower fire, by way of a universal traveler, dweller - Emperor, Space Sam Hu, at many - Array, quote, Adeloyi, end quote. Zen Uru, Space, smiley face. The pledge of the Imperial and Imperial Royal Flag for the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States - small s, colon. As I stand beneath our sacred Imperial and Imperial Royal flags, I, our loyalty and obedience, as I watch them fly. To the imperial laws of our Imperial and Imperial Constitution that governs our Imperial and Imperial Royal Empire, to this cause, I hold my head up high. With honor, I pledge to protect and defend all within the Imperial and Imperial Royal Kingdom, both family and friend, to ensure that all have their equal rights. To this cause, I lay down my very life. As I stand beneath our sacred Imperial and Imperial Royal and national flags, I vow loyalty, sincerity, and integrity with zeal. As I will, so more to be. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Ashe, so be it, so it is. It definitely shall be. Quote, Zen Uru, and power we shall have. End quote. Thank you. Peace. Gold, space. Smiley face. Know thyself. Smiley face. All right. All right. On behalf of the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States - small s, the ECMYE-IRKR, the oldest, quote, the oldest independent autonomous autochthon nation on earth, end quote. We welcome and thank you all for joining us for this live full moon, full eagle / Olmec earthworm moon call, where we share with you the Imperial and Imperial - executive missions for the IIOHEM and the Royal Bio for all cap H.E.M, Space Emperor, Space Sam Hu, and many - Array, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, in harmony with the ECMYE-IRKR. All right. What does a full eagle / Olmec Earth worm moon mean? In some Native American tradition, the worm moon is seen as a time of renewal and birth. As the earth begins to thaw and the worms return to the soil, bringing nutrients and vitality to the land. It is also associated with the start of spring and the awakening of new life after the cold winter month. This shadow, we begin with the reading of the Royal Bio for all cap H.E.M, His Imperial Majesty, goes space, followed by questions and answers. Next, we will highlight and present earthly and galactical signatures that occurred and are occurring in the month of March 2024, which are in alignment with the emergence of the ECMYE-IRKR. We will pause after each slide for questions and answers. At the conclusion of the Q&A, we will move into the final phase of our presentation with the reading of the Imperial and Imperial-Executive Mission of the IIEHU. Okay. Please be certain to note your questions, comments, accolades, and concerns to be addressed during those designated times. Therefore, we ask that you adhere to the following house rules. We ask that you keep your mics muted and videos off. We ask that you speak clearly and respectfully when addressing His-Imperial-Majesty. For those logged into Zoom, we ask that you use the raise hand feature and wait for the host or moderator to call your appellation, which is your name, prior to speaking. Please state your appellation name clearly before asking your question. Please limit your question to a maximum of 2 to allow time for others to present their question. And lastly, please focus on the subject at hand. Thank you in advance for your attention and cooperation. And now, I have the honor, the privilege, and pleasure to present to you a universal traveler, space dweller, emperor, space Sam Hu, and many-ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote. Salam alaikum with magic, Emperor.
What's up, Salam alaikum, Magic Buckeye? What's up, brother? How you be?
Good, my brother. How you?
Better.
Yeah, see that. I see.
Hey, we got that full moon out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Got that radiation at the highest peak. But I had to get the crown on tonight, though. Radiation or no radiation, right? Get that full moon. You feel me? So we good? Yeah, I'm good. Waiting on it. Let's dance.
How you doing, Nama family?
Better and better.
Better and better.
Better and better.
Smiley face.
All right. After the Q&As, keep in mind, all cap H.E.M, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Cola Space, has decreed and granted nominationals and those who are skilled non-executive directors, NEDs, and non-directors, NDs.
Better and better.
And immunities to operate without fear or favor, the properly formed and operational Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic's full faith and sovereign gold-credit, venue, jurisdiction, commerce, and hashtag nominational culture. Mark your calendar for the third day, 26 March, celebrating the full eagle / Olmec earthworm moon. Reading. All right. Okay. The incarnation of Samhu on top, Mother Earth, as His-Imperial Majesty, Decrees and grants. We already read all that right there. All right, next slide. All right. Who is the incarnation of Sam Who on top, Mother Earth? All right, next slide. Okay. And this is the royal bio of our Imperial Majesty. All right, we will attempt to read it. All right. Starting from the right to the left, going to the left. The absolute, starting with the banners, the absolute royal sovereign emperors, imperial and imperial royal flags. Yeesh. Next, imperial royal office for his imperial majesty, for the imperial CMYE-IRK republic, great flags. Yeesh. Next, Stemur-Moore, 48-star piece, full faith and sovereign gold credit, great flag. All right. Next, last but not least, the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, small s, national flag. Yeesh. The Imperial Royal House of Tunica-Thunder Fire and the Imperial Royal House of Samson L. Samhu Re, herewith ordained by decree and declared active and in quote force. The Imperial Royal Office for his Imperial Majesty, effective date 31 August 2023, / notice of appointment amendment in parentheses, quote, retroactive to 1 August 2023 to 1 July 2023 to 28 June 2023, end quote, and underscore the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, small s, effective date 28 June 2023, quote, retroactive to effective date 8 January 2023, parentheses, Imperial and Imperial Royal Diplomatic Decree, in parentheses, to effective date 21 June 2022, parentheses, Royal Public Notice and Royal Press Release to the world, in parentheses, to effective date 18 March 2022, in parentheses, Imperial Multi-Proprio / Official Royal Decree public notice to the world, in parentheses, and quote, in harmony with the Be It Decreed Equity Contract, space, Emperor's Directive -0004 capital Z small a / Imperial Constitution for the Imperial Royal Kingdom, in parentheses, ECMYE-IRK, all cap, via Emperor's Directive -0004 capital Z, effective date 4 April 2014, per 3 April 2013 / Imperial Constitution of the Continental Order Shamashi Empire, in parentheses, ICC-MYE, all cap. 2, Emperor's Directive -0003 capital Z, space, notification of diplomatic arrival, notice of apostille, and official act of state, effective date 9 April 2009. 2, Emperor's Directive -0001, in parentheses, CMYE, all cap, USA, small u / USA, all cap, in parentheses, space, effective date 18 July 2007. 2, effective date 4 March 2004 / claim of the life, CL, all cap, in parentheses, to effective date 11 February 2004 / United States of America State Department, minor, in parentheses, apostille verification number, space 04010010 and 04010010-1, space, through the aegis of the Treaty of Berne. and Constitution of the Universal Postal Union, effective date 30 September 2003, quote, retroactive to 9 October 1874, end quote. 2, effective date 20 June 2003, / the state of Georgia, major, in parentheses, apostille verification number, : 5604, capital B, USA, all cap, : to effective date 13 June 2003, parentheses, ECMYE-IRKR, nationality, -YM, all cap, in parentheses, : to effective date 9 May 2003, parentheses, Washita MER, nationality, -WM, all cap, in parentheses, : pursuant to, _ quote, sovereign state, end quote, the Yamasee Native American government via Mount, quote, Arafat Embassy, -UN, : 208-1992, USA, small u / USA, all cap, effective date 19 June 2003, : in harmony with, the, quote, sovereign state, end quote, United Washita, deduct the Maunia, -UN, : 215-1993, USA, small u / USA, all cap, effective date 20 March 2003, : to effective date 28 January 1837, / treaty, small t, of September 16, 1836, : pursuant to, the Constitution for, the United, small u, States of America, USA, small u, effective date 17 September 1787, : to a treaty, capital T, of peace and friendship, effective date 18 July 1787, quote, retroactive to 23 June 1786, end quote, : two treaties, capital T, of Utrecht, effective year 1713, : to the beginning of recorded history / our story, as recorded in the stones at Uaxton / Uashton, just off the Yucatan Peninsula, and into the future and in perpetuity ad infinitum, : draw - draw, yeesh, : smiley face. Now proton, and Yamashik and the hieroglyphics. Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty presents his Imperial and Imperial Majesty, : Emperor, : Sam Hu, and many - array, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, Kufu, - Ranu, - Zodak Samson - L, protect, 8th Marquis, Demi Saint Rouge, : Thunder - fire, / King Louis the 20th, : sovereign crown, all cap, prince, : Darius Zodak, divine royal blood in Yamashi, end quote, hereafter, _ all cap, H.E.M, His Imperial Majesty, : Emperor - Emperor, : Sam Hu, at many - Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, smiley face, ipso jure, ipso facto, interregnum, de jure allodium, Jew sole, Jew and ius hereditatis, Jew and ius gladi, Jew and ius honorum, Jew and ius imperi, Jew and ius majestatis, in solo proprio, for the country of United States - States, small s, / Imperial Mortish el Moroccan, in parentheses, a Mexican Empire, via His Imperial Majesty's Royal Post, pursuant to, the Continental Moorish Yamashi Empire, Imperial Royal Kingdom, henceforth, the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States States, small s, head of state and missions for the Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty, exercising plenary civil power upon the land. USA, small u, per underscore the organic American states of the Union, known underscore as the United States of America, major in parentheses, USA, small u, including underscore that supreme, small s, authority, imperial and imperial territorial sovereignty, dominion, imperial and imperial land rights, imperial treaty, capital T rights, imperial and imperial dash constitutional rights, autonomy rights, imperial equity and heritage rights, allodium estate rights, imperial white privileges, venue, amity, commerce, navigation, imperial treaty, small t slash capital T treaty rights, full faith in sovereign, small s gold dash credit, Westphalian sovereignty, foreign sovereign immunities, jurisdictional immunities of the state, diplomatic immunities, and all constructive agreements of intent in matters relating to the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, small s, internal, local, and international affairs for the Imperial and Imperial Royal Crown, executive power via the Imperial Royal Office for his dash Imperial dash Majesty, underscore, effective date, 14 February 2024, parentheses, notice of accession for the IRO, AGM, all cap, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, / INYRS, all cap, file numbers, : space, NOARAD, all cap, NORAD, / 2024 -0000000001, semicolon, NOAVCLT, all cap, 00000002, semicolon, NOACRTAP, all cap, 00000003, the NOAC, all cap, 00000004, in parentheses, to Imperial and Imperial Executive Mission, effective date 3 December 2023, to notification of appointment, amendment in parentheses, effective date 31 August 2023, quote, retroactive to Imperial and Imperial Royal Diplomatic Decree, effective date 8 January 2023, to effective date 21 June 2022, parentheses, Royal Public Notice and Royal Press Release to the world, in parentheses, to effective date 18 March 2022, parentheses, Imperial motu proprio / official Royal Decree public notice to the world, in parentheses, and quote, pursuant to underscore the be it decree equity contracts underscore : space Empress Directive -0004 capital Z small a / ECMYE-IRK all cap : space via Empress Directive -0004 capital Z, effective date 4 April 2014 per the notice of apostille and official act of state, effective date 9 April 2009 : space to Emperor's Directive 0001 capital Z / CMYE all cap, effective date 18 July 2007 smiley face : space to effective date 4 March 2004 / CL all cap, space to 20 June 2003, State of Georgia, to effective date 11 February 2004, United States of America State Department, space to effective date 20 June 2003, the State of Georgia, USA all cap, space to effective date 13 June 2003, parentheses, Yamasee Murr, nationality, in parentheses, space to effective date 9 May 2003, in parentheses, Washita Murr, nationality, in parentheses, space to effective date 28 January 1837 / treaty, small t, of September 16, 1836, in harmony with underscore quote, the Constitution for underscore the United small u States of America, USA small u, effective date 17 September 1787, Per the trusteeship office of the Moorish Grand Vizier Chair for the Ancient Empire El Morocco, effective date 4 March 1789. USA's all cap and _ 18 July 1787. USA small u pursuant to _ treaty capital T and Ancient Empire of Mexico in parentheses El Morocco, effective date 23 June 1786 : space 2 treaties of Utrecht, effective year 1713 : space 2 effective year 789 / more - mer : end quote, quote, to the beginning of recorded history / our story as recorded in the stones at Yucatan, just off the Yucatan Peninsula, and _ go into the future in perpetuity ad infinitum. Draw each : space. Bio for his imperial and imperial majesty, : space, emperor, : space. Sam Hu, admitted - array, quote, Adelo Yi, dated 16 February 2024 at 22:09. All right. Next slide.
Get out of that.
Oh,
I think what you get out of that.
that right there is a very important thing because, like you said, for the bio, you're showing the jurisdiction. You're showing, you're showing the houses. You're showing your state. You're showing your banner. You're showing all the necessary, information that is needed in the world scene on international level, to account for, everything, the jurisdiction, everything that is, being done at this moment. And by having your bio, you're allowing individuals to see your journey. And from your journey, it takes you into different levels where, others, they don't even show you none of their background. They don't show you their travels. They don't show you anything, and people just blindly follow them and they don't have no proof, no nothing. But you're showing it, you're laying it out on the table, everything that's needed to be seen by all constituents, all assigns, So, yeah, it's very important because when you're dealing with just your rights, the authority, the supremes,
They can't say you're a terrorist, right? Because you got United States flag. You got United States flag right there, right?
Right there. 48 star peace. That's that goal right there.
But the 48 is waving. That 48 is waving down here on the document.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get down there, you're saying that you're showing the jurisdiction.
Yes.
So every flag you got on your paper, your bio, you got jurisdiction.
You got jurisdiction. That's right.
Well, there's under your jurisdiction. Let's do it that way. Feel me? It's just like you said, telling us brief and support, a bio, long journey, short path, long journey, that concept. But when they dig into your story, well, that's right. That's almost probably starting off at 50 YouTube. Let me say, what's called them pictures that they do 3-hour sets, hour set and all that. What's called the movies out there they set?
Documentary.
Series.
Documentary.
Yeah, series, but it's not on. It's on YouTube have them series, and whatever we name it, you already at like 100, 3 hour. You feel me? So once you start this thing here, and you get back, oh man, you're going all back to Mary Magdalene. You feel me? you rolling. You see, but you doing it on your term, and you telling the story. because you gotta have facts. You feel me? You know, so you know, when you see this type of authority on the scene, and you playing games out there because you want to be a sovereign or culture or religion, whatever you believe in, the whole universe been changing around what you reading right here. Go check the date for the last 20 years. I carry y'all back to September 30, 2023. Let's say 2003, when they came with that false arrest and lit that fire. You feel me? And then you see 20 years later, you stepping on the scene as a sovereign of the damn world. And everybody got to pay you because you're on your damn land. You stepping on the scene where you ain't just talking about the Emperor of Morocco. You came back and raised the flag and put your crown on it. So people don't only see that jurisdiction up there on top. And then you came in with your red flag and you put your house, your royal office. So you got a flag for your imperial royal office. Here, that's Imperial Majesty. You feel me? Then you showing jurisdiction of the 48 star flag. You feel me? You feel me?
Right.
Which is the 100 million gold.
Whoosh.
Well, if you flying the flag, that's why you see it change. See, you said the mirror more 48 star what?
Peace.
Flag what? 48 star peace, full
Peace.
faith, and what now? Sovereign gold dash what? Credit, not full faith credit now. See, you done went to a whole nother level. You feel me? Because they ain't never seen this type of equity on venue. You feel me? So now you see how powerful that 48 star flag. You feel me? That's under your jurisdiction, our jurisdiction. And then you got the Imperial CMYE, that's the IRK Republic for the country. See? So when they ask you what country you from, you got status. You feel me? So these cats out here on the market that claim to be empresses and kings and presidents and sheiks, if they can't step out there, they can't get their own venue. You know, you need to go check the mirror. Because in this day and time, to show sovereign, you got to show a venue. So you see this right here, this is a venue where you got a court, or you got a Supreme Court, small f, where you can come to adjudicate all this right here and bring them in to verify what you're saying here. That's wicked. If you want to call it, you know. Where you at? Where you coming? See, there you go trying to sell my ship. You feel me?
Walk to your shoot.
I always got to catch up to everybody else and sell it the way. No, y'all been on ship long enough. Y'all know they certain dates and time that's already been set. Some say prophecy, right? We just ain't missed a date yet, you know. So we got, you know what I'm saying? So if we ain't missed a date yet, you know, I don't think we're gonna miss one. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's funny.
You talking about coming to my seat now? After you just got your coat of arms on the sun on the 23rd? Oh, but you know, they just, you see what was going on yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bigger than the one I have another day. They just, so it's like, it ain't stopping. So that's like I said, my seat is imminent now. So we've been waiting to see when. Well, universe let you know to get ready.
Ta-da.
You feel me?
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, Emperor, that's a good segue into this question that I have for you. So, how important was it for you to have an understanding of both your historical and genetic genealogies as you were learning and growing into your seat?
I'm still developing, because it's just the best I came to the conclusion is just it's just you. See, everything you do, everything you breathe, you know, it's just, you know, I don't plan stuff. I just do the best to keep up and hang and grow. But when things come around, you know, like the water and all that, boom, something happens. And then you find out it's in coordination of something you coming back to your seat. So it's like, you know, so that's why I say you writing the prophecy or you writing the story as you go. So they could have came up with the story of the Messiah or the sovereign or the royal family. They don't have no authority to do that. That would make them royalty. But they're not royalty. They're impersonators. So now you coming back, writing your story back over. That's going to last for in perpetuity. You feel me? All that history they say they got, all that, I don't even see it because of wipe it out like they did everything else. We're going to a whole new realm. You feel me?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It started, I tell you, it started, well, you in it right now, the 25th, right?
Yes.
So I already started. You in this first day of, you know, third day for us, 5th, 6th. We got 5th, 6th day left on my calendar. Well, you know, I'm stepping. You feel me? So on that 23rd other day, that showed you. Damn, my elders don't play. So that was a sign to me and us. Hey, I'm 58. I'm 58 number 3. So everything revolves around 58. You feel me? So you count up 58 days from there, you see some strange things going on in the world during that time. And here you is stepping. And where you at now? But come on, what you got?
Okay. So with that being in mind, is it safe to say that's why it was having your bio and showing your authority? That's why that's relevant for today's time because of all the events that's going on, both celestial and terrestrial. You have Haiti as a failed state. You have China acting up in the South China Sea. Then you have Ukraine and Russia with their war. Then you have the Gaza conflict between Israel and Hamas. So you showing your authority now is relevant and correlates to all those different circumstances going on, correct?
Then on your land. Exactly. With you. But you got, when you brought up Haiti, you know, people ain't talking about that, but Haiti was considered first republic state. Y'all don't realize that. A lot of people don't. We do. So if that state failed, that make what?
Creates a domino effect geopolitically.
You just at the beginning, I say it started now, right? You had to wait for the signs. You got the signs. They was always giving you moon signs and what the prophet this and that. Well, you got a 5 being here now. You get signs through the sun. So the sun can give you a sign like it did on 23rd. It ain't no more playtime over. You know, coming to your seat. So with all these people got dreams and, you know, 15, 10, 5 next year, end of this year, I think you need to recheck yourself because the whole world get ready to go some changes. And like I said, the universe don't respect a person. So if you ain't in tune, like I said, I'm coming to my seat, right?
That's right.
All in motion. So now when I see them things like the universe like that, that's the universe calling. So you got your warriors, you got your Grand Assembly, you got your bloodline back. Everything else under that is cursed seats. They was all impersonators and came along and wrote a story. They trapped the whole damn world. Put a devil character in there. You know what I'm saying? Make it seem juicy.
Drama, right?
Drama. You know what I'm saying? You come along and wipe it out. Like, what's the fight again? Because they're all kneeling to me now. So what's the fight? It don't make sense to me. You feel me?
Right. Right.
That's why you having crazy stuff going on now, because they looking like, who this guy that they kneel to and is happy? You might say you're so damn happy. You ain't giving no restraints. Same thing I'm doing to y'all. You got a system set up. Like I said, this flag up here on that left, you can be as bad as you want to be on that flag. You feel me? Stop you become whoever you want to be. But you can't bring that ignorance over here. And you got to go through the training like everybody else going through. To readjust yourself. Because that world over there is, it's so, it's in the wine with media, you know what I'm saying? Everything. So to say you got, so that's why people can't really see us because we ain't selling yet. But they don't understand the preparation of where you're going and where you've been to move a sovereign state or country / state. You feel me? Especially when you got the United States of America. Well, quote, excuse me, council. The United States Corporation in odds with you because they knew they gave you more authority than they gave the president, the seat of the office of the president. And there ain't nothing they can do about it. So, you kind of got that best kept secret syndrome, People say, well, you ain't know. Well, you did, well, you. See, they missed that whole point. You feel me? So that's why you had to walk small with a big stick. But unbeknown to them, it was all about a time anyway. For me, because everything activated till I got 58. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, Emperor, so now we know that you're the head of state, and since you go to the president, so what do you delegate President Joe Biden to be? Since you're the true head of state, the true sovereign, absolute monarch.
Say that again.
What does that make Joe Biden? You being the head
he's
of state.
he's just a corporate president. And only reason they exist now because they somewhat still run the military until we come on the scene. That's why people don't say how big this thing is. He's still the president. They still got, long as they got control of the military. But then his civil order told him that this emperor that's coming, or they said state, once that state emerged, the military swear alliance to the American states and American state citizens. That's why we untouchable. Now, you feel me? It's just about you learn how to move your own state. Write your own paperwork. That makes sense to you.
That it does.
Anything up?
Now that's all the question I have, Emperor. YouTube moderators, anything in YouTube?
Yeah, they help you out.
Gratitude, it did, Emperor. It did. Nothing in the chat, no hands in the queue. Host, leave the floor back to you.
But they scared to go ask their masters for a resume. They scared to ask them. For real, though. Call a spade, you feel me?
Right, that's right.
No doubt.
I've been calling them out for 2 years. You remember when I started calling them out? Everybody started calling everybody out, remember?
Yeah, you set up a chain reaction.
I'm like, whatever norm y'all got or whatever international protocol y'all got makes no difference when I come to my seat. I wipe everything out. I can wipe everything out. I'm doing my best. I'm growing and understanding who I am and my seat, and doing my best to work with you cats. Your whole universe, not even citizens out here. What I'm sending to them. You feel me?
Right.
But give them warning. Even the Pope said, "With this boy, when he come, everything shuts down." That's where we at now. So you seen that Phoenix in the air the other day. That's eminent. That's my signs come through the universe. So that's why I say all plans cancel. And then and they said Nineveh, right? 40 days. Well, we we come in 58, right?
Right.
That's right.
Well, I told you I figured out this morning. I'm like, wait a minute. It ain't 40. It's 58. Everything goes 58.
Remember.
I counted down. I'm like, 19th of May. Oh, they're supposed to be doing their thing on the 18th of May. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's interesting. As we say, right? We don't put a big prophecy out there. We don't put a big prophecy. We just keep living, right?
Right.
We say right there 56. Tomorrow gonna be 55. But you just keep counting backwards, that's all. And we say keep your eyes open, right?
Right. Well, you know, you are who you are by nature, and that's what's got them shook. I mean, it's revelation as you being who you are. Just got them. They all twisted up right now. They don't know what to do.
I told you they've been watching us in the military. Oh, they know what to do. They just, as the general said, waiting on pickup. That's all. They already know it's in motion. You feel me? Just a certain date.
Right.
It's already written.
Right.
And I done passed and written all my books and tests and everything I had to do for this mission here. You feel me? You started getting me?
Right. Gratitude. Host, the floor yours.
Right. We move forward. Next slide.
Everything good?
Any other question, comments, or concern?
Nothing in the chat, nothing in the queue, and nothing from YouTube.
Gratitude.
Cool. They don't sleep on that one then, right?
Yeah.
Hey, that's one of them you talk to the soul, not the spirit, right? Because the soul is everything, the spirit is nothing, right?
Facts.
Thanks.
I yield, let's roll.
All right. Next up, February/March 2024 terrestrial and celestial events. And we started on this yesterday. We didn't finish up, so we'll go to the parts. We skip through to the parts that we didn't finish. So that would be what? Slide. All right, we scrolling through. Anybody see anything they want to comment on? Feel free to question.
Well, we can run through it right quick. Just keep reading and give them, people can't think that quick. Come on, man. Go up. Give them a run now. Just run through this. Where you at? February, we ended that. And from the last call, and we added on this call because they had things happen after we ended February call last month. And this cat here on the 26th and on the 28th, 29th, brother, we didn't know all that stuff was going to happen. You feel me?
Right.
So that's good. You can just read it. And if they got a question, they raise their hand. If not, we keep going. You feel me?
All right.
But you're talking to an audience out there. You feel me? So you at that level, I'm at that level, but they still trying to understand what HEL means. You feel me? You feel me? For real.
Yeah.
I mean, you an emperor. I'm an emperor. Come on, man. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They still see Obama. You feel me?
Wow.
As it's just Martin Luther King shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. I have a dream.
They still got that shot. You feel me?
Yeah.
How can you? Because they couldn't. So the first thing said is what? Fear.
Yeah.
You feel me? You come along and do it on your own terms. You feel me? And they didn't understand that. And everybody was trying to block you. The government, Klan, everybody. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay.
What's this on YouTube? What's this? You feel me? So they have written that story out so many times. So, I mean, to come in and drop your stuff on a certain day, and you don't control the mail service. You feel me? And then for you to get that 30-day one on your dad's Earth Day leap year, that's monumental, man. You know, that's serious. Then right after that, you know, we on 17th, you know, down in the mountain. Now we at where we at now, the 25th with the full moon system. You feel me? 23rd with the mega blast on the sun. It's just 25th. And so you know, it's like you can feel yourself coming to your seat. It's right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Bring your daddy back up. What's up, Joe? See what I'm saying? Joe Lewis, that boy.
Right. Yeah.
You get credited around the whole world as the sovereign of the world. You serious? You hear me?
Right.
So all the people that talk that noise, they don't have no clue.
None.
They ain't got no state. Feel me? They can't get out of commercial remedies. Still trying to pass things all through the IRS. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to use their filing system now that they got some status. Or doing something to attach themselves to us, right? Until this court open up to shut them all down, right?
Right. That's right. Right.
But they get ready to shut them down out there on the FBI and all them get ready to shut them down.
Mm-hmm. Started already.
They what? They can't afford them to come into our court. So they can't afford them to take them to get them to come to our court. So you see the judges getting lock it down.
Blocked. Barrel.
Yeah, I always seen about that past they talking about that travel thing, right?
Mm-hmm. ID, a real ID. Mm-hmm.
I told y'all back in the day, they delayed it. Why? Because we created a state.
Right.
Now that the state move, you see they ready to move, right?
That's right. Right. Jade. You got Jade Ham.
They already got this right here on record. So whoever out there trying to test themselves to us, you can't do nothing. You feel me?
That's right.
Untouchable.
That's why you see me. That's how you see me and shake. You see I come in, just do what? Just change the cell.
Change the cell.
Change the cell.
Get blocked. Get blocked.
See, they didn't know anything about me doing those appointments because they thought, no, they were attempting or trying to guide my ship according to their knowledge. They can't. How can you think for me? It's my seat. So when I had to finish growing, no, they wanted me to run out there and save the whole black community. You feel me? Or you wrong for that, leaving us hanging. No, I ain't wrong for nothing. You can say a law, no excuse. You went to school, right? When you learn how to read. What I did was, ain't nobody told you to forget. You create them habits that make you start reading. Because I come along writing my story, you can't read, I'm held accountable? Please. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I don't care where you get your teachers from. My story. It just happened to be a sovereign over everybody else's story.
It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
We see me writing, developing, y'all being with me. Getting better, better, better. Feel me?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get this rundown right quick.
All right. We got on the 26th of February, 2024, Nathaniel Charles Jacob Rothschild, 4th Baron Rothschild, died on this day in London, United Kingdom. He was a British peer, an investment banker / member of the Rothschild international banking family, and who some consider was the king of the world. All right, 29, official day of all cap H.E.M, His Imperial Majesty, colon space, becoming the true sovereign of the world with supreme small-ass authority via the notice of accession, official 30-day commercial grace period, solidifying the imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States and all its sovereign, small s, territory. Also, the born date of Joseph, Louis Sampson, peace and blessing be upon him, in parentheses, the father of his imperial majesty, exclamation point 3 times. All right. You like to say anything else about that right there on the 29th?
I don't know. Do I need to say anything else?
What is supreme authority?
Supreme authority? There's nobody got authority over me on the land. When you look at the titles of nobility, the Vatican right now is considered the head, you know. And then you got it's 3 keys they call the Vatican, British Crown, and the Pentagon. Well, the Pentagon, we got authenticated. That was the military wing. So when I sent them the Imperial Constitution, now you see why the Obama and the Queen went to meet the Pope on the day I signed the Declaration of Maryland for the Declaration of Independence, and the day I signed the Imperial Constitution. They met a year later on them dates because of the 3 keys. So they knew since 14 that I had the Constitution of the land. You feel me? So he wrote a motu proprio. I don't know if they took it off the wire yet, but you can always go back to their website and to explain as Bishop of Rome that his authority to come protect them and the fraud that they had established with the birthright contract. And he was telling them that you got to come straight. And if you don't come straight by 1 September 2013, you feel me? You're going to be subject to what? Whatever he ended up coming and bring you to his damn court. So then when he came with a civil order, he told you about them being a what? He didn't just say the Bar of America. He said the British Bar Association, not just the American Bar Association. He said both judicial branches was guilty of high treason. Well, whether you know it or not, every judge in America is part of that bar. That made the judges on the Supreme Court, appeal court, state court, county court, whichever court they got in America, he was talking to them. Because they all come under the what? The Creole of Rome.
Right. I mean, Creole. Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So you come along, that's why we tell you. And that's why he gave you the information. And he said the contract that was under,
He went mute. He went mute.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, he did.
What was that?
The contract. It was under the Roman Creole, and the contract it was under.
Oh, I have not northern background. I mean, hold on a second.
Okay.
All right, so when you're talking about the Roman Creole, okay, with that we don't know, we're going all the way to the Pentagon now, right? With the notice of the civil order that he wrote, the contract with the Moors after they stole your privileges in 4 March 1789 and created the Constitution of the United States of America, or from the Constitution for the United Small U States of America, September 1787, and then they came with all the amendments and whatever, and moved away from that 9-star to that 13-star. So that's when they came in full March 1789 on that Constitution, and just made corporate rights constitutional now. So when they took them privileges and they took you off the scene, where the Vatican had you docked as the United States of America major, and then the citizens of that major was considered American state citizens, okay? So you had to become that to be outside of the venue of your birthright contract, which we have already did, okay, in 2003, which he's talking about now, because in America, the judicial system looked at us as foreign nationals in your own country. You feel me?
Yes. Mm. You in mute again. All right. Anyone there?
Oh, I'm there. I'm here. Just a lot of noise in the background. All right. So what was that?
You was talking about the Pentagon.
Oh, talking about the Pentagon. Oh, yeah, with the American state citizen.
Right.
So you had to classify yourself as American state citizen, all right? Outside of that, you didn't exist. So you had to be a citizen of that, of the American, the African American status. You had to have all that. You feel me? So that's all you can do. Outside of that, to be under the jurisdiction of the old Almaroc, you had to classify yourself as American state citizen. And we classified ourselves as American state citizen in the North by becoming foreign national owned country. So when on the bar card level, or the American Bar Association, they seen us as foreign national owned country. On the sovereign, the king, queen, and pope and all them, they seen us as American state citizens. So then, of course, that became Olmec Kingdom Nationals, all the way up to who we are now, with our bloodline, normal. That's an acronym, dealing with our bloodline. So long as you fit in our bloodline, well, we have opened up that door when that door open again for nationality, the real one. But you got to come in and run a state. It ain't about challenging anybody, anything out there on the market, because, state does business with other sovereign states, not with other state citizens. A lot of them cats run out, they do NGOs and all that, but they haven't even stepped outside of the system of their government. So that's them games they keep playing out there with people. And that's why they ain't going nowhere. That's why it's time to end. 56 days. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm cool. Because it got to end. It's to the point now where it's like madness. You feel me? That makes sense to you.
It makes perfect sense.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So when you get back to when the Pope said in the civil order that they had to settle the contract, that was your birthright contract. So he was telling them that they had between the time he wrote it, or after September the 1st, to bring every citizen in America before them,
Easy.
them like and then like when you come over, what do you call that place? What they call it, neutralization. When you come in, they bring you to what is that? To bring you into another system, immigration. You feel me? You bring you to that immigration system. You feel me? So they supposed brought you into a system similar to that, and ask you, did you want them to continue operating your birthright contract, or did you want to separate yourself and you wanted to operate that contract? You know what I'm saying? Meaning they could close it out. That's why the Pope was saying in the motu proprio.
Mhm.
And they chose to do what? Continue the fraud, create a shell company to create the fraud to control their citizens. And, that new citizen that they had created with the 1871, you feel me?
Mm.
When they created a new citizen, you feel me? And that's what they agreed to. So for you to come in now and try to protest or do all that stuff you're doing because you don't like the system, well, you already agreed to the system. You just don't know the system you agreed to. That makes sense to you.
Yes, perfect sense.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
That help you out? You good?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So this accession right here, that when you say supreme authority, it says veal. You know what I'm saying? So for you to come in as a true sovereign of the world, will supreme authority veal this notice of accession for y'all eyes only, of course. And whoever who's supposed to get it. It's not a public issue because you're fraudsters and they ain't got no status, you feel me? So they don't deserve to see it, feel me, tell you the truth. But on that issue, on that 30 day, you just gotta understand international law. You know they can't answer anyway. I proved that back to most appropriate, remember? So,
Right.
So you just on that day, it ends up being on your dad's Earth Day. You feel me?
Interesting.
Being on your dad's Earth Day. So you can't make that stuff up. So that accession is so important. You can trace it all the way back. Well, you claim ownership of all your land. Treaties, everything. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that help you out?
Yes.
Are we good?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question from the chat room by Daniel Razin Ray. The question is, if the United States followed the Pope's instructions regarding the birth record account, would the individual become the executor over the account?
You're on mute.
I know you said Razin asked that. I don't see where you say executive. They just closing their account. So if they were bringing me into a room for that contract, and I say I didn't want them to be over that contract no more. Well, I see what you're saying. You could be the company executive, but you gotta have a venue. You don't have a venue. So the only thing left is close it out. I mean, cash it out. If that makes sense to you.
Yes, it does.
There's nothing else for them to do. Because they can't come in and make you executor, Razin. It'll defeat the whole purpose of the contract. And they always got to have the upper end on whatever contract. It's like you got to have the upper end on any contract that come through your state. That's your state right, you feel me? That's why they tell you in judicial immunity states in their property what? First is what? Court. Because your court got to have jurisdiction on everything under that state. You can never have anything. That's why no state can sit in the seat of another state. Remember? That's what they're talking about. Because why would you want? How can you do anything in jurisdiction of the state? They own the judges. But in your case in America, British bar own the judges. They just live in America. say that though. My bad. I mess with y'all. That's why that federal judge said, he said he takes his order of England. Y'all forgot?
Mm-hmm. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yep, that's who their allegiance to.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I say he just live in America, right?
Right.
But they just like foreign national owned country. They got protection from the Marshal Service 24/7. They just like foreign national owned country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oversee the jurisdiction of the United States corporation. That's why they call it the judicial branch. Then you got the executive branch and the legislative branch who don't have, they just hold the purse. So they run that purse like an oligarch. Then you got an executive office that can't get nothing done. It's only, it's never here. Because all the military operate outside the United States. National Guard operate here. So everything is always out there. You feel me? So now that it's on the record that and all the other countries out there is known at UN level, all that stuff is not under international law. So in the last 2 years, everything been tracing back to where? International law. Why? Because they know the United States is not accepting international law. So eventually, if they keep pushing, it's going to be revealed. You feel me? Now that you on the scene, and you got to, you're right here in country. What country from? See?
CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States.
United States, that's their small s. That's the sovereign of the country.
Hmm?
The United States capital has a corporation. It ain't got no country on the back of it. It says United States, right?
That's right.
Race.
So that's why I'm the best kept secret.
Hmm.
But that's like the president you got up there today right now. Been knowing about me since when? Obama.
Hmm.
We don't get into his business. And with Lord, we glad he don't get in all. Interesting, right?
For them to say
I
that.
think I reshaped a little bit after that, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. You're like, wait, what?
So you see, it's coming to me in pieces. You feel me?
Yeah.
You're growing into it. Now you at this space where you done grown enough to meet these dates and meet everything going on. So we got physicists we working with, right?
That's right.
All right, how we feel? Let's keep rolling because we be hitting 9 o'clock tonight.
That's right.
All right, come on. We just all right. So cool. I yield.
Next page. All right. Here we have on 1 March, starting on March 2024, on the first official docking of the ECMYE-IRK Republic government. All right. You docking at our state officially. All right, 1781. Formal ratification of the Articles of Confederation was announced by Congress. Under the Articles, Congress was the sole governing body of the new American national government, consisting of the 13 original states. The Articles remained in effect through the Revolutionary War until 1789, when the current U.S. Constitution was adopted. 243-year history. All right. 4th March. All cap H.E.M. Emperor, became sovereign crown, all cap prince, who claimed the life. CL, all cap. 2004, 20th year anniversary. Happy anniversary. All right, 6, Imperial Order 00002, 2018, 6-year anniversary. Anniversary. You got anniversaries, Emperor. We've been working, huh? 7th of March. Full Moon, Part 1. Colon. Live reading of the Imperial Motu Proprio / Royal Official Decree. That's public notice to the world. 2-year anniversary. Every year. 8. Witches in Scotland was pardoned. Oh, yeah. Formal apology of following a campaign for legal pardons and historic justice for the people, primarily women who were convicted of witchcraft and executed in Scotland between 1563 and 1736. 10. New moon. The new moon is seen as a time of new beginning, fresh start, and setting intentions. All right, up here, you got a little snippet of our royal orders. You see amending Imperial Royal Order, that 00001, dated Friday, 13 March, 2020. Semicolon, Imperial Royal Order, 00001, dated Wednesday, 15 November, 2017. Semicolon, Ambo, Imperial Order, 00002, dated Tuesday, 6 March, 2018, colon. Delegation of authority, underscore, for the Imperial CMYE, all cap, Government for the Republic on the modernization, underscore, of the Imperial CMYE Government Decree, Part 1 and 2. That's Executive Council Guidelines and Procedures. Wide Imperial CMYE, all cap, governmental structure and processes for the Imperial and Imperial Diplomatic Mission Decrees, Imperial and Imperial Mission Decrees, nationalization, security clearances, suitability and fitness for employment, credentialing and related matters for the country of United States, small s, / Imperial Moorish al Moroccan American in parentheses Empire - Imperial Royal Kingdom, USA small u / USA all cap, colon. And you see over on the left, Articles, Confederation, Perpetual Union between states. All right. Any questions, comments from this slide before we move forward?
One question, Emperor. What does it mean to have a claim of life?
Well, I mean, anything now. You ain't got no venue to operate. You can still use that system to pay off houses and stuff they doing. I think that cat over in England helped a couple people use that quantum. Because a lot of judges just run away from it. Banks do too. Because of the severity of it. And some of them is so into their religious belief when they see they have violated their constitution or whatever, you see a lot of them. I remember when David first stepped on the scene, you had something like 200 judges just resign because they found out that they wasn't as uppity, straight up as the system claimed they are. They just up and resign. You feel me? So the ones that stayed willing to play the game, right?
Right.
My bad. So when we came through, it was the perfect time because David ended up couldn't do nothing with it. The brother, de facto, Zakor, with the United Washington, he couldn't do nothing with it. Because he was caught pulling the horse. You feel me? So they wasn't on the phone call when we was talking to David. Because they didn't get the break we got. We was studying the class. So when David gave us the information about being on that co-signers of a sovereign state, see, that's where I got my confirmation from, not from that boy down in Georgia who was trying to confuse the people that he was the royal family, this and that. We got confirmation from the post office that we had, formed a state. See, we got a confirmation from that. They already knew. Soon as Colin Powell put it there, 2004. You feel me? So that was their neglect to want to try to control people and then see the whole scale of the contract that we created. So when he docked himself on the IRS, he did like everybody else out there on the market, right? He put himself right back under the IRS. So first you say you want to take yourself out of it, and then you get scared and run back under it.
Back.
Fear.
And then claim to be some grand chief that you giving out charters that's docked under the IRS. Really. But they get to use your number for whatever, to create their own ID. You feel me? Like, are you serious?
Wow.
Well, is that the case? At least the Queen or the British Crown, they're giving you a retirement called Social Security, right?
Yes.
This
Right.
kid ain't giving you nothing but some number that you can attach yourself to his clan, and you got to pay him for that number. What you need him for? You can do that yourself.
Plus they got a work ID, huh?
That's that. Think about this for a second. Now, quarterly, I don't know. I mean, they telling you if they got you listed as non-resident alien, right? Well, when they sent out the stimulus checks a couple years ago, they said non-resident alien received any. So you see that?
Yeah.
So they should have went to him and told him he had to give them that fee because it's all coming out of your birth certificate anyway. You feel me?
Right.
It makes sense to you?
It does.
So by me being nationalized as, Chief Maku Thunderfire, United Watchdog did under Maya, and by me being nationalized as Kufu News Z Samson L under my own government, you feel me? Well, when I did the claim of life, I had sovereign jurisdiction under 2 sovereign states. Okay? Crown Prince Ramses Bey of the United Washita Deducted Monies, or Empire/United Washita Deducted Money, who the Empress made Crown Prince in 99. Well, under his authority, he docked it all under that state, United Washita Deducted Money. But he died in 2004. So when he died, he left all of that authority where? Because it can only exist where? Under a sovereign state's jurisdiction. It can't exist in a corporation because it's royal blood. You feel me? So when he docked it under the state, it finally, you gave that seat back authority they ain't had in, you feel me, since King Louis the 17th. You feel me? Because when he came to America, he got exiled. He lost all his royal powers, and then they got him in the Wikipedia saying he died in jail at 12. You feel me? So you let they don't want the story, you to know the story that he lived. He came to America. Listen, you know what the funny part is? They came right through Sampson County. Seriously. That's what Gerard Lee from. He grew up in Harry Plaza, they call now. That's where he grew up at. That's Sampson County. We learn how to ride horses out there. We keep hogs out there. You feel me? Up 421. You see? So that whole royal bloodline from England, let's say from France, and the Washita right there in Sampson County.
Yeah.
You see, I come out of Sampson County, I'm royal blood. So everything really happened in Sampson County, right? Interesting, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know that's the biggest county in North Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all check this out. You mean I told y'all this, right? Then I grew up in what? 508 Royal Lane? Ain't that funny, right? When I get 58, I get my seat, right?
That's right.
Wild stuff, right? Can't make that
Right.
up, right?
No.
Right.
That's the prophecy right there. He will come out of the north. It said the north. North Star. North. Choose
So,
him.
okay, that's cool. I just want to finish out this claim of life. So you see what that claim that of the life came
Mm-hmm.
into? Because once you sealed over that stamp and signed, the blood, well, you became attachment to the land through your what? Your sovereign states. So now you're a chief of the land,
Yeesh.
double chief of the land. So when I signed a contract for the Yamasee government in June 2003, I signed it as a chief. I was nationalized 9 May 2003. And I was also nationalized as Yamasee Native American Mirror 13 June 2003 by the chief himself, Chief Black Eagle. So when I signed the contract for the state, 20 June 2003, I signed it as a chief. They signed it as a secure party, but I signed it as a chief. Now y'all see how we got Apple still #1 now?
That's right.
Right.
And I was doing this while I was fighting that court case. And that's why I was going in there standing on my square, because I was doing things to move my state. So when I dropped my state in that court case, you see it disappear, didn't you?
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
And y'all see how long it took me to raise that thing. But now it's ready to set sail. That makes sense to everybody.
Mm.
Makes sense.
I told you put your life jackets on, right?
Right.
Got a
Right.
curve coming. Now had a couple fall off already. They lost in the sea, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, come on, I yield.
Yeah, I see all these anniversaries, Emperor. It's like work being done. Next page. All right. Now we get to 13 March. Imperial Royal Order 00001, 2020, 4-year anniversary. All right, 15 March. Imperial Royal Order 00001-1, 2019, 5-year. 16th through the 18th, Nama excursion. Got to know our indigenous land, documented in parentheses as part of the infamous, quote, Trail of Tears, end quote. Hashtag Nama National Culture, small n. 18, Imperial-Motu-Proprio/Royal Official Decree dash public notice to the world was signed and sealed by all cap H.E.M. Go to space while sitting in the, quote, King's Chair, end quote, located in a magical park in North Carolina. 2-year anniversary. All right. All cap H.E.M. Go to space redefine the United States of America major in parentheses as the CMYE-IRK via the Imperial CMYE-IRK government for the Republic. 2-year anniversary. 19, March equinox, also called the vernal or spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere, marking the beginning of spring. On this day, the sun stands directly over Earth's equator. 20th, quote, sovereign state, end quote, United Washita, established 2003, 21-year anniversary. Here we got over to our right. We got over here. Right, you got the March 20th, in the year 2003, this treaty of peace and friendship between Mount Arafat Embassy, quote, the Yamasee Native Americans, original Cherokee, Seminole, Creek, Shoshone, Washita, Mound Builders, and the Egyptian Church of Christ, quote, Christ, end quote, and the United Washita, the Dogdamaunia, is entered into by unanimous vote, quote, a treaty, capital T, to assist each other and to establish unity in matters of commerce and state, end quote. The Yamasee Native Americans, original Cherokee, Seminole, Creek, Shoshone, Washita Mound Builders, Egyptian Church of Christ, quote, Christ, end quote, and the United Washita, the Dogdamaunia, shall remain sovereign entities in their own right, chiefs and dignitaries present at time of declaration between the above parties. All right, you see from the, you read on down, you see Mount Arafat Embassy, United Washita, the Dogdamaunia.
Yeah.
You see all the parties involved. Now, you spoke on yesterday.
What about?
You spoke on why they won't see your name here.
Oh, what Crown Prince Ramsey Bay said?
Crown Prince Ramsey Bay. Yeah.
That's why you see my seal over there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see the date up there, right?
Yes.
It wasn't no incident that he came along from 9 May 2003 and told two principal chiefs to nationalize me as my coup chief to make sure they couldn't steal it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody paid no attention to that, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
Because they know that was the prince's words. And when he died, he's not here to vouch for himself, see?
Mm-hmm.
So they can get coup for a contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you see I got Hadik and a moon. That's William Curl and Hadik, two sides of the contract. I got both theirs, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I got like this the Crown Prince. I'm double chief. But that's when it got established. So that's why you see me seal it and bring it under my jurisdiction, because I own it. And the one that Zakur said he gave the Emperor's son, Joe, he put it where it's safe deposit, because you can't use it. That's why I'm charging for holding my damn paperwork.
Mm.
When we had that conversation with him, I told him, that don't belong to you. That's my paperwork. That treaty belong to me. You can't hold nothing. You a corporation. You can't hold nothing that belong to a sovereign state. That's high treason. But I let him off the hook when I asked him paperwork. He said, "Oh, here, ain't that mean?" But I already warned him. That's my property. That's got to come back to my house. So if I got to go through the court system, I got my own court. That treaty, he belong to me, us. Okay.
Right.
We good?
Yes, we good. Good.
I have a question in the chat. I have one in the chat and one on YouTube. So the one in the chat is from Nan Mayada. The question is, what would you say to people who doubt the event you say is linked to your ascension and accession and calls it coincidental and or related or unrelated?
I don't pay them no attention. I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I already got it on record. So if they can keep up, fine. But I'm giving them facts. In my turn, where I come from, they only have a right to speak. So they ain't got control of their contract. You feel me? So for them reading the session, Well, they had to be a government inside, you know. If they read it, they ain't gonna understand no way. Because they ain't got no sovereign state. If they citizens of America and whatever belief system, they got to get into contract, understand the sovereignty of what state sovereignty mean. Judicial immunities of the state mean being a foreign national, diplomatic immunities, consular immunities when you run a state. So if you can't even get to that level, attempting to understand what a session is you know, a lot of homework. If you're talking about the ascension to my seat, well, that's been talked about through the Declaration and other documents, but they just got to go back and study. And we got enough online that they can get caught up and read if they really want to learn. Other than that, if they ain't really on that level of study, they don't really want to learn. They just want to ask questions and move on in their life. That's cool. But they really want to learn. They can read. They can read what's online and bring questions from that because everything's explained and it get better, better, and better. But so, and then you got to understand they do they even know what a session or ascension mean? You feel me?
Right.
Do they understand what a full faith and credit mean? You feel me?
Right.
You got to get to them levels. So if they can't even comprehend that, they need to go do research because you talking 20 years ahead of them. You feel me?
Right. Right.
Because they never ran a state. They might have ran a store, might have ran a church, masjid, real estate company, whatever. But they ain't never ran a state. Whatever they ran, they had to go get a contract from that state and a number from the IRS to be able to operate that contract. Where you on the other side, where you ain't ready to issue out that type of documents to other normals to go do all that because you got to run a state. And you have no need of it right now. But that's what they doing since you got these states separated on your property. You feel me? So your term, as you coming out, you don't give a damn who they on your property. So you deal with the governor of the state so that he can inform his citizens within his state that they got to pay extra tax. If they gonna tell them about you, that makes you no difference. You just, did they tell you about Spain? No. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They getting a piece of everything. They tell you about Britain? Nope. They get a piece of everything, right? So they don't tell you about IRS and their state tax systems. They don't tell you where they send it to or what, part going to the international bankers. You feel me? Everything's contract. In your case, you came back and claimed the land. You know what I'm saying? And now that they have recognized you as the nominal emperor or the indigenous government of the Americas, that's at the UN Security Council level. So they recognize you at that level as the indigenous government of the Americas. So what they see the United States as then at that level. See, that's who they are, corporation, but they own them through what? Bonds, treasury bonds. So they know they got 10, 15 years in their mind because the bond's going to hold them to them that long. You feel me? So regardless of what they're doing, some of them got 50-year bond. You feel me? And you see a lot of them you see a lot of these countries getting out of it, ready to go back to Brits and all them do what? They'll take that loss because they know they can gain it down the road. But they wouldn't take that loss with them bonds, treasury bonds, and they taking that loss going to buy gold so they can operate their republic and do business through Brits. And that's why you see that other system getting away from what they call the beast system or the Rothschild system. They got everything under control. And Mason, when it's falling down, right, he go out of here 87, right?
Right. Yeah, them cats, man, they formulating LLCs. We dealing with sovereign government and sovereign governance. It's a different mindset, different game. This chess, not checkers.
A whole different game.
Whole different game, yes.
You feel me? but they want to come in and beat us up so we can help them break whatever they was attached to over there. We ain't got no contract with that. You feel me?
Right.
That's something they got to do. They can do it through the university, self-growth, whatever, but we ain't got time to. That's why I keep going back and forth. That's why when the newcomers came on the last one, I said we can't just let until we get everything set, because as the next time we open up the gates, that's all running through the system, and then the system gonna run them through the university. And whenever they finish them classes in the university, and they need assistance through the IAC, our law council, to help them, do their application, make sure it's all set in stone. Then we open up so they can move into their work and work for their state. You feel me?
Right.
NED, non-executive directors and non-directors, that's a whole nother level contracting. You feel me? So we'll deal with that at that level. But as far as nationality, y'all get that system straight. I ain't dealing with it. Because you're slowing me down and you're slowing my energy down. And you're pulling a lot of, and I ain't got time to give you that energy.
Right.
I got time you come in and learn how to run your damn state. You feel me?
No doubt.
All right, I yield.
All right. Okay, over to the left, we got His Imperial Majesty at Magical Park, North Carolina. Ooh. Quote, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Quote, the opener of the gates of hell. That's absolute royal sovereign, that's Emperor, colon space, Imperial, that's multiproprial / royal official decree. That's public notice to the world. All right, signing that document. All right. Hey, any questions?
No questions in the chat. No hands up in the queue.
Right there. Okay. 23rd. An eclipse. Quote, eclipse, CME. End quote. A massive solar flare spewing into space at light speed reminds us that the sun is at or is very close to the peak of its 11-year magnetic activity cycle. After a month of relatively low activity at 0130 UTC on March 23, the sun produced a quote X1.1 class, end quote, solar flare, followed by almost a dozen smaller, quote, M class, end quote, solar flares, and a bright coronal mass ejection. All right. When you look at that picture, you see how the sun exploded from both sides, thereby creating what we call the appearance of the phoenix. And we all know that phoenix can be also interpreted as the bin or the ibn or our signal up top. If you see our seal up top, the emperor's seal up top, you're seeing that image in the sun. That's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pointing, if you look at it, it's pointing to your left, but to your right if you're looking at it, but it's pointing to the left. You can't make that up. You can't make that up. Any question from that?
I had this one question from YouTube. It's by Eric Weems. It's a statement to a question. It says, Emperor, if I'm not mistaken, you're the only one who came without a book and then need one to claim back everything that is yours.
Oh, good point.
And that ties into the Phoenix.
That's true. That is true. But see, you see what I told you here? So when you see this 23rd here, and you see this here on the right and on the left, and what we done being confirmed through the sun and all the movements, and you see your seal up here, that shows the Jir coat of arms up here. Now you look at that seal, look down to the right. Now you tell me they ain't telling you 58 days. It's ready to roll, right?
Right.
And it ain't slowed down at all. You tell me. So that's letting you know it's your time is imminent. It's your time to come. I mean, you're getting signs. You feel me?
That's right.
So
Right.
and I think that's the third one, right? We got the sun man, we got the smiley face, and now we get this one. You feel me? Outside of all the shaking and CMEs, but symbols, you feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about it, right? And then we can't each one of them, we're going to another level.
Yes. Yes.
And now you come to this level, it let you know it's time for you to roll. Rock and roll. Then somebody look at the timing. 0, 1, 0, 1300. Come on. 13, come on. Then you got 23, March, that's a 7. You go look at numerology. You feel me?
And on top
16.
of that, Emperor, our sun is a G-type main sequence star. It's just kind of interesting.
Okay. True. Then you look at 11-year activity of the sun. You got 11 years since you wrote the Constitution. Feel me? So it's all been happening the whole while. Ain't nobody paying no attention. And now you grow to this. So now you're ready to go. Oh, it's totally off a little bit. But we'll get it, So that's letting you know that symbol. If I say I counted 58 today. Feel me? And that's 19 May. You know what I mean? And it's amazing stuff happening on 18 May. You feel me? The Jewish calendar, you feel me?
Balance adjourn. Gratitude.
So let's keep moving so we get down to the mission. We beat 9. What time is it?
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
17.
Yeah. Any more questions? We good?
Yeah.
Have a hand up in the queue from Carl Hardigan.
Come on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Come on.
Okay, yeah, I requested to join the I Am Hotep University last month, and I haven't got any correspondence, whether it was email or from the.
Hold on, that's not for this call.
Okay.
That's a live call. You ain't not. No, I got you.
My fault.
That's fine. That would be the IIEHU at CMYE imperialgov.us, and then send it through there. But there's no registration to the university right now. It's only for nominals. They haven't opened it up to the public yet. They're using it to get their self growth and certified. They're using their own system. They haven't opened it up to the public yet. So because I know they're working on certain programs behind the scene. So that's that might be why you ain't got a response, but send it to the IRS at CMYE imperialgov.us. All right. All right, got 2 more hands. What you got?
All right.
Alice adjourn.
Yes. Salam alaikum with magic. As a writer of your own book and and a prophet in your own right. What do you see happening next in the near future?
Notes of the session. And we're gonna leave it at that, right?
No doubt.
Right.
Outside of that, brother, that's not for public information. You know, so that's something that's why you got complete trust in your state. That's nothing. They see the state moving, and then they get the answer, right?
Exactly. That's right.
Gratitude, I yield.
You got any more?
No more hands up in the queue, no question in the chat, nothing from YouTube. The floor is yours, host.
I yield.
All right, let's move forward. All right, 25th March 2024. Full eagle / worm moon lunar. Eagle or in parentheses or worm in parentheses colon space. The name associated with the full moon often varies depending on cultural or regional traditions. The term, quote, eagle, end quote, symbolize the return of eagles to their nesting sites during this time of year, signaling the beginning of spring. Alternatively, quote, worm, end quote, signifies the emergence of earthworms from the ground as temperatures begin to warm up, also indicating the onset of spring and the thawing of the soil. This indicates the month in which the full moon occurs. March typically marks the transition from winter to spring in the northern hemisphere, and the full eagle / worm moon aligns with this seasonal change. The sky will witness the unique dance of the lunar eclipse and full moon in Libra. This event not only offers a visual feast, but also has deep astrological meanings. The lunar eclipse in Libra highlights our search for balance and harmony, our relationships, and the energy changes in our inner world. Under the strong light of the full moon, this transformation becomes even more evident and invites us to spiritual renewal, letting go and forgiveness. This special day is a time to review ourselves and our relationships, to renew our energy. Balance and provides an excellent opportunity to increase harmony in our lives. You see over to the right, you got the dates, March 25th, March 24th, 25th, 2022. March 24th, 25th, 2024, at the penumbral, in the parentheses, subtilest type of lunar eclipse, in parentheses, visibility, colon space, North and South America, Western Africa, Western Europe, Japan, Eastern Australia. Rotation point begins 25th March today, 00:53 Eastern Daylight Time. The greatest eclipse, call it 25th March, 03:12 Eastern Daylight Time. That's when the moon will pass through the Earth's faint outer shadow, penumbra, causing a slight dimming that may be difficult to notice with the naked eye. All right. Any questions or comments concern on this slide? All right, let's move forward. Next slide. Okay. Here you have, on the 25th, all cap H.E.M, His Imperial Majesty, colon space, introduce new Nama affirmation, 1 year anniversary. We have the pyramid full moon, penumbral lunar eclipse, Monday, 25th, today, March 2024, today. Peaks at 03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also signing of the CMYE-IRK Declaration of Independence. It's 11-year anniversary. All right. 28th, the killing of the red heifer occurs on the 88th day of the year. Parentheses, an event that has not occurred in over 2,000 years. Colon space, said to be a sign of the Jewish Messiah, the Antichrist, and the quote, false prophet, the fulfillment of the third temple prophecy. So you got the Messiah, the real Messiah, you got the Antichrist, and you got the false prophet. Yeah. All right, to the sides, you see the penumbral lunar eclipse, and you see how the observance is there. You see the peak. All right. You see the pathway. All right. You're looking north, south, east, and west. Okay. Any question on that? All right. Over to the left, you see the Continental Mu'urish-Yamashi Empire, Imperial Grand Assembly of the Emperor. All right. His Imperial Majesty, colon space, Emperor Monarch INRI, colon space. The INRI, Nagaru, is Rael. All right. Khufu, Ranu, Zodok, Samson L, quote, Red Eagle, Thunder Fire, end quote. Quote, Samhu, Ray, end quote. Constitutional Monarch of and for the Continental Mu'urish-Yamashi Empire, quote, non-pro-tunk, from moment of creation. Ooh, end quote. Says a lot right there. By and through the exercise of inalienable birth, inheritance, substantive and inherent rights. Right. Mu'urish-Yamashi American, native, sovereign Moor Moose Salan, colon space. Declaration of Independence for the indigenous natives / people of the continental Mu'urish-Yamashi Empire Mu'urish-Yamashi American native Olmec civilization. Emperor's directive, quote, non-pro-tunk, end quote, ED, all cap, /207.18.7 -1513 beginning /GA, all cap, 5604 capital B /USA SD, all cap, 04010010-1 /NA, all cap, -135 /MY, cap, -000-135 capital Z per / all cap DIINPCMYE, all cap 0325201383-1196349. This customized Emperor's directive, quote, non-pro-tunk, end quote, ED, all cap, /207.18.7 -1513 beginning. All right. Any questions, comments, or
You see that 1513 go back to when?
1513. 1513.
Man, y'all, your massive war.
Yes, Spanish War, yes.
They keep going by 1700, right? You got doctors all the way back to 15, bro. Dealing with the Yamasee, okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm. You see.
Remember I tell you what Archbishop said, the Yamasee and the Washita couldn't be on the same contract?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because it's too powerful. That's what we did. So you see what we was at in 2013. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's what this right here is what the Pope wrote the what? Multiproprio from. And that's why I had city year. That makes sense to you. Everybody cool?
The year,
Yes.
Yeah, international law, you have to sit a year on this type of constitution. Because you're a sovereign. You coming in. So by you coming in claiming that seat, you had to get a year to give everybody on the world time to do what? To make their statement, make their claim against you. And nobody stood up. That's why he came with motu proprio. You feel me? Like, yo. Because he couldn't stood up, can't nobody stand up. So they knew I was beyond my years then. But they still know how to grow in too. You introduced your Grand Assembly back then, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? So you gave yourself a vision. You gave yourself a mission. So look how you grown into it in 10 years. Everything working 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you in your first of the next 10 years. And look what you are elevated to.
Mm-hmm.
So now what you putting out now, what you reading out is executive mission, and bio, court, nominal global bond. You feel me? Everything you're doing now is carrying your word for the next 10 years. Because from there to now, you had to come in and do what? Straighten everything out. That makes sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you had 3 years. Remember, you came in, took over the Yamasee, you took over the Washita, and then you took over the Almirah. In within 20 years. You claim 3 crowns and bring them into one. You feel me? And now all of that's on your bureau office, where you done documented and you own all of it. Now you ready to roll. We good?
Yeah.
I yield for a second.
Right. Go forward. Next slide. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. 30th. Getting into it. The fallacy of Easter. Esther. Ooh-wee. All right, the 30th March. They're setting up. Fallacy of Esther. Easter. Christians and non-Christians celebrate Easter after the spring equinox, which is a pagan festival to honor Ishtar, the Babylonian goddess of fertility and resurrection. Hence, the eggs. The origins dates to the Babylonian Empire ruled by Nimrod. The word, quote, Babylon, Babylon, end quote, is derived from the Greek word, quote, Babel, end quote, meaning, quote, colon space, confusion, vanity, and emptiness or nothingness. Nowadays, the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church is symbolic of Nimrod. Once Christians started to celebrate the feast of Esther, Easter, which comes in the spring, they kept the old name of their spring goddess, and the feast became known as Esther. The word Easter, Esther, and the German word, quote, Ostern, end quote, comes from a common origin. Eoster, Easter, Ostara, Oster, which to the Norsemen meant, quote, the season of the rising, growing, in parentheses, sun, the season of new birth, end quote. Christians, parentheses, centering everything around their false god, reinvented the festival to represent the resurrection of Yahshua who they call Jesus, in parentheses. Nama, know that Yahshua transformed and escaped the crucifixion. And colon space, Judas. Judas received the fate of the Nicene Council and is the one who died on the cross. All right, any question on that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Come on. You got a question?
All right. So is it, Emperor, is it accurate to say, well, to state that the followers of the so-called monotheistic religions, namely...
Hold on, man. You asking me? You know, when I seen that page, I said, oh, y'all want to go there? And they said, yeah. So I backed out of it. So you said, you called me. I'm like, you talking to me? Or you talking to the creators? Like, you know, Bar, you ready? Come on, I'm listening.
Okay, so is it accurate to state that the followers of the three so-called monotheistic religions, namely Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, they really have no basic understanding of what their scriptures nor the religions is talking about, especially in regards to our ancient customs and how everything was pretty much translated out of truth and into falsehood. So now when you see Easter and all these holidays, Christmas, so forth and so on, it shows that they really don't have a clue as to what's really taking place, especially in regards to you stepping back into your seat.
Okay.
Hold on, man. Say that one more time.
It was a lot, right? So the correlation. So when you see the three religions, the followers of the three religions, and their understanding of their scriptures. So you see all these signs, all these events taking place, both celestial and terrestrial. And according to their scriptures, all those signs were indicative of the returning back of who they call the Messiah, or it signified the resurrection of who they call their Messiah. So now that you're taking your seat back, and on calls prior to, we always talked about how they would view you, the correlation between that and you taking your seat, that's in regards to what I'm talking about.
All right, Bob, give me your take. And I'm at, come on.
Yeah, what they are not really comprehending is that the universe, you know, when we talk about the universe coming back into order and everything coming back into order, they have sent out this false signal, and you know, they gave you a rendition of a whole being that's coming, but they changed the image and they got the date wrong. So, and them getting all that wrong and still perpetrating what they consider to be, you know, their biblos, you know, their ideology, their theology, their theories, and they're perpetuating that unto the public. And now we get an opportunity to see, you know, and bear witness to a real being, live being coming forth with all the things that this image that they put in our heads and put in these books, coming forth with that right now at this time, and we see the whole universe gathering together. They're coming to this spot, in this space and time of now, when we were reading about this time that was going to come forth, and we will be with this being. They put that in our heads for the longest of time, ever since I was born. That's what I heard. But they gave us an image, a whitewash image. And we never knew what the real image was until start getting into it. Most people don't get into it. Most Christians don't get into it. They don't get into their holidays and what they mean, what the meaning of hollow or holly or holy days mean. They don't get into it. They don't see the true root or where it's from. So they don't go and trace back because their tongues has been taken away from them. We learn English. So when we thinking about English, we thinking about what they had placed as a spelling in our heads. And that's all we can really resonate on. Most, African American, they resonate on, what was placed in their heads. And that's a story, his story. But when we go back and do the research, we got our story. When you research our story, you see we go further back. We go way back. And now, when we see the one that's coming, he's not coming, he's here. We see him, we get a chance to walk with him, talk with him, break bread with him, and hear him. And not only that, go over the documents, go over the bio, go through the bio. We see something totally different. So in that, I say, like, they can say what they want to say because they have perpetuated that fraud from the longest of time. We don't need to go into the, that detail of how long, because we already know. We're getting back to where we need to be. And, like the Empress said, you state your business. That was on the temple too. Not only know thyself, state your business. You had to tell them, why were you here? Why are you there? So we now have a state, and we can see that this emperor is bringing a kingdom that they said in the book of Revelation that we read about in the Evangel throughout our years of this being, this entity, this consciousness that was going to come forth, and that was going to be the elected one. They said the elected one. He had to get elected first, and then they talked about that other number, that 144 and things on that level, which we all understand what that means. 144,000 membranes going through yourself. Right. Kundalini, your chakra, coming into that 28.5 days of Christ consciousness with the abstinence. As we go deep into that, we're learning what all of this means. We're seeing the copying, that has been done. And we're already seeing right now the copy claim. You claim, you copy, well, I'm taking it back. So with that, now I won't go further because we can go all day on that subject. But now we see who's in front of us. We see his paperwork. We see his bio. Now it's time. Stand forth, strong man. Come out of that spell, that religion. Religion means to bind as a knot in a knot. So with that, I yield. Let the brother Nanya IMAC come forth.
Yes, this is brother IMAC. My situation here.
I can't see you.
You can't see me? Hold on.
Yeah, can we see?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on, turn it on. Can you see me?
There you go.
All right, I need to see me. All right. So what's happening here is they, and when I speak of they, speaking of the whole religion in total, through a westernized way of doing things, one person was always singled out as being ahead. And they're copycatting from stories, from allegories, from family remnants of a divine family that was placed here on the earth for a purpose and a reason. Throughout time, on certain parts of the earth, information was hidden for a reason. Due to the fact that a time was going to come where the earth was going to align itself with that proper coming of that entity to this earth, to be the protectorate of this earth, to be the ruler of this earth, and also to set up his empire, dominion, kingdom upon the earth. And Christianity, and the West Christianity, they don't teach their followers about prophecy. They give them a prophecy, they read a prophecy to them, but they don't allow them to go and research and study. So the book can tell them, and they, the leaders I'm speaking of, can tell them that a man is going to come to save them, and only for them to become what that man is to put their trust and hope and faith in him. Now, if they were to read the book itself entitled, you will find out that what is being taught to you is incorrect. False prophets in this day and time in the prophecy that we're in, false prophets, four corners of the earth. But the one that's coming to redeem the earth, the one that's coming to set up his empire, his kingdom, he's coming to take back his dominion of earth. Why? Because he's earth's rightful ruler. And behind the scenes, or the private side of things, those things are being discussed, because those scrolls that were stolen, that were hidden, they're taking a look at. Those treaties that our ancestors, the ancient ones, signed, they're taking a look at, the ones that were not destroyed. So they're falling in line, but they have to keep their story going. They have to keep their means of what they've told as a prophecy going. So therefore, they cannot yet expose who the Christ man is. But we, on the other hand, being a part and being under contract of what that one that's here, that all those prophecy surrounded him through his way and his walk up until this point, to have witnesses. Because remember, in that Bible, they had prophets, right? And they also had prophecies, the woman, but they had vision too. But their vision was of the one that we are, let's say, we are contracted with in this day and time. So we are writing the stories. We're writing these prophecies from our story that was taken from us, that was also hidden from us, and that was not included in these prophecies. So to the Christians, the Muslims, the Judaism, any isms, he come and conquer all that, he binds that and he burns that out, because he's the only rightful ruler of the earth. That does not come with religion. He comes to realign us back to the way we were as earth keepers. But everybody is not trotting, and everybody will not trot with him, because in that prophecy as well, and the Ethiopian Orthodox Christian books speak of the one that come that's terrible, and he's not going to be liked. You know, they tell on that side to turn their cheek, but the one that's coming, he's not turning no cheeks. He's going to come to destroy, to build back up, and his rule will be the only rule on this earth. We're witnessing to it. We are writing it down. We're keeping the correct documentation from the what's going on out in the with the sun and the planets. We've been shown that. We're keeping the notes. We're docking the dates. So we're writing our own story. So when we speak, we'll be able to speak from our story, not his story. And we'll be speaking facts because we will have the facts to back it up. So the Easter, all that, it's no more. It's no more. And I yield.
No hands in the queue.
Y'all get enough on that one?
Oh yeah.
So that so now getting back down to my story. See, it became clear once the gates of hell was open and I broke the 430-year curse. That's when you knew that they had drafted a story about a royal family, and then they portrayed the image that royal family to control the world, but they missed the date. And nobody knew they missed the date until I came along and broke the curse. Because they was, like he said, they had to continue that story. But all this stuff that's happening now, they said it was going to happen in 2040, between 2040 and 2042. But it started happening in 2022. And all the alignments and everything to prove the royal family, the bloodline is here. And so that story that they have ruled the world with for 2,000 years, it's been exposed, but they're accountable for all the souls they lost, not the royal family. So that's why that fire coming, because that fire has no, there ain't no, like you said, niceness. It's about, you heard me in 2022, and that anger and that fire lit about what they have done to the royal bloodline. So you can't come and say anything about a royal bloodline if you're not an original part of it. And so that's why you see me write my own story. So that's to close that out, if y'all don't mind. We good now?
Yes.
Yes, but
Yes.
Yes, good, Emperor.
All right, so let's move on. It's 7:30, y'all. We ain't got to the executive mission. Come on.
All right. Okay. All right, we got the calendar trickery. Not only did they trick us in the religions arena, they also tricked us, with the calendar. All right, the Gregorian calendar was the standard depiction of celestial and earthly rotation created by the Jesuit priest of the Catholic Church in the 1580s. The creation was assigned to Pope Gregory to, quote, fix, end quote, the problems in the calendar. However, the calendar was already in perfect harmony and unison with the tides and moon. The original calendar had 13 months, 28 days, and each month aligned with the 28-day cycle of the moon and the ocean tides. Moon equals month. Why, question mark, you ask? To control the energy and frequency of the indigenous, which was a concentrated effort to resynchronize our energy just to control it. Right? You got the snippets of the months, over and to your right, and the Latin, the Roman, giving the names of different one, Maritus, March, named after Mars, the Roman god of war, Aprilis, April, possibly linked to Aperieta, quote, Latin for opening, symboling the opening of flowers in spring, Maius, May, named after Maia, the Roman goddess of growth, Junius, June, named after Juno, the Roman god of marriage and well-being, Quintilis, derived from quintus, end quote, Latin for 5, Sextilis, derived from, quote, sextus, end quote, Latin for 6, September, from the Latin word, quote, septem, end quote, meaning 7, October, from the Latin word, quote, octo, end quote, meaning 8, November, from the Latin word, quote, novem, end quote, meaning 9, December, from the Latin word, quote, decem, end quote, meaning 10. All right, over to your left, you see the 13-month in an old snippet in 1928. 1928, at 13 months. All right. You see the between June and July, you got Saul right there. All right. Anybody ever question that? But now they're coming out with it. You see it all over now. Right? Right. Any question, comments, or concern from this slide right here? In lieu of time.
No hands in the queue, no questions in the chat, no from YouTube.
All right, let's go forward. Next slide. All right. Here we see the real calendar. The main cause of the hypnotic spell being successful because we fail to control the frequency of our outer world. Every month there is a catering to either wrath, lust, greed, gluttony, sloth, or envy. We non-nationals, small n, are elevating our energy. We navigate from the chaos to bliss. We non-nationals, small n, change the frequency of each of the, quote, holy day equals holiday, end quote, to benefit our frequency. On this day, we honor the lessons of the innocents and share in rituals to celebrate our children and the child within. We prepare for the next season, planning for the evolution of the ECMYE-IRKR, or CAP. Perform rituals that honor self and community. You see over to the right, Native American figure. The Native Americans figured it out and used the turtle as a calendar. You will see that in different artifacts, different edifices, and different culture. You see the turtle and that shape right there. Any questions, comments, or concern?
No hands in the queue, no question in the chat.
All right, move forward. Next slide. All right, now we come to our Nama She compass. all right, serves as a revitalized ancient sacred circle, namatized, to bring awareness to the subtle vibrations of air, earth, water, fire, and ether. Everything is vibrating energy, like an ocean of frequencies. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions are ripples in this ocean. Your attention is your currency. Put value on what you give your attention to. The first new moon after the spring equinox, the earth spirals around the sun for 364 days, revisiting 13 constellations in sync with all tides of the earth. The moon shines and hides in a series of 8 phases for 13 consecutive months. Each month, in parentheses, carries a key, vibration / frequency. The Nama Shi compass is a gauge of these frequencies and provides the best time to ritualize practices to honor space, energy, self, earth, and ether. All right. Asterisk Nama or cap / Nabirian - Al Moroccan - Mu'urish comes out to Nam Nabirian - Al Moroccan - Mu'urish Yamasi American native - Amaru Washita Mers without Gamania. All right. I'm gonna do that one again. Asterisk Nama / Nabirian - Al Moroccans - Mu'urish Yamasi American natives Amaru Washita Mers without Gamania. Know what Nama means? That's what I mean. All right. You can scan over to the right here. You can scan this code right here. You can scan that code and you can order one of our calendars. All right. You can order a Namashi calendar. All right. That's the scan you see right to the right. Any questions, comments, or concern? Make sure you purchase that Namashi calendar. It's very, very powerful. All right. Any questions, comments, or concern?
They help get yourself in tune, right?
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So we vibrating on a whole different energy, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a long time coming. Wait.
Right.
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 Right. Cool.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The calendar is yeah.
It's just part of our normal culture as we evolving. You feel me?
Work. Yeah.
We're claiming our talent. We're claiming our culture.
Exactly.
That's right. All right, let's move forward. There ain't no questions. Woo-wee.
No hands in the queue, none in the chat.
For this energy, right here, it gives you the in-depth brief on, the flower. On the different flowers and how it aligns with the calendar and the seasons and your energy. Your vitality. It gives you. It brings out that energy from, what the days represent and should represent in comparison to your active role. you know, where you are in the cosmos, you know, where you go, your energy, where your energy is, you know, the alignment. It's all alignment time. And aligning back up with our calendar, our energies, our frequencies, you know, the universal energy, the omniversal energy, the galactical energy, you know, the earthly energy. So it goes in deep. And this is on our website, and we can read it. You can read it, you go on it, and you can read it, you can get into it, which we are pressed for time today. We won't get into. However, you can see, all right, a lot of powerful energy. Also, you're dealing with manifesting, not in a man-infestation level, but actually producing. You know, we have to produce. Now we have to become, you know, like we said, the creditors, not the debtors. We ain't no debt. We ain't debtors no more. Even though we're gonna create that, that's another story. That's the same story. Okay. Anyway, let's move forward. But
there was a question about why is it circular? Because of all energy move in circular patterns. The square patterns, you're dealing with the octos, and the octos is the one who they travel through square to overtake your energy, and so that's why we travel through circles. But the whole world travel through a square. Look at your house; it's a square. Look at your door; it's a square. Look at your room you're in; it's a square. There's certain entities that travel throughout our energy here on Earth through that pattern that goes back to the old kingdom of Egypt with that pattern. But in the universal realm of it, everything revolves around the sacred circle. So that helped that question out?
Yeah, it helped out tremendously, because you have a lot of so-called orders. They teach you how to travel, you know, and they're traveling, they teach you in, you know, in angles. So getting back to that circle, like you said, that's the energy, the Voorhees. So helped me out tremendously. All right. Any questions, comments, or concern on that level?
I just want to add also, as a people, even our thinking is the same. It's circular. We don't think linear. Everybody does think linear, but our people, we think circular. That's why we're able to achieve the things that we're able to achieve in terms of engineering, mathematics, sciences, and so forth and so on. How you?
Great point. Great point. All right. Any other questions? If not, let's go forward. All right. This was the March 2024 Imperial and Imperial readings. Next slide. All right. The ability to keep the earth, watch celestial occurrences, and continually evolve without measure rest in our ability as Nama, Earth-keepers, to exercise our innate culture and ability to govern self on our territory under our own venue and jurisdiction. Part 3 of the Live Full Eagle / Olmec Earthworm Moon dives into the imperial laws that govern the sovereign territory depicted below of the ECMYE-IRKR. See link below or visit the ECMYE-IRKR or CAP Royal Registry to read along. Okay? You see our sovereign territory. Any question, comments, or concern on that? If not, let's go forward. Next slide. Okay. Now get
Woo wee.
Hey,
we finally made it.
Finally
Is
made
that the
it.
bow or no? Okay, come on down. There you go.
Right here.
Woo wee. All right, let's dance. Let me see the time zone here. We have to do an hour on this today. So we have to do another 4 hour. Let me see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're doing 4 hours again today. And then tomorrow we have to base the focus on this more so to get it out of the way for them 3 days. But we got that full moon going on, so that's dance. You feel me? You know, so any questions? Everybody cool?
Cool. Cool.
Let's go. I'm good.
All right, come on. Let's dance.
All right. Let me get this in first. Sure. All right. Start off with the banner of his executive mission. You got the from the first to the right, from the right, we got the absolute royal sovereign. That's Empress, Imperial, and Imperial royal flag. All right. And you got next, Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty for the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic, Great Flag. Next, you got the mirror, more 48 star piece, full faith and sovereign, small s, gold credit, Great Flag. Next, got the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, small s, national flag. All right. The Imperial Royal House of Tunica, that's Thunder Fire. And underscore the Imperial Royal House of Samson L, that's Samhu Ray. Herewith underscore ordained by decree and declare active and in quote force. Underscore the Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty, effective date 22nd January 2024 / notice of accession for the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, / IMYRS, cap, O. File numbers, :, NOA, RAD, all cap, all right, / 2024-00000001, semicolon, NOA, VCLT, all cap, -00000002, semicolon, NOA, CRTAP, full cap, all cap, -00000003. Right. Right. NOAC, all cap, -00000004. Quote, retroactive to Imperial and Imperial executive mission, effective date 3 December 2023 to 31 August 2023 / notice of appointment, amendment in parentheses, and underscore Imperial CMYE-IRK, all cap, Republic for the country of United States, small s, effective date 28 June 2023 to effective date 8 January 2023. Parentheses, Imperial and Imperial Royal Diplomatic Decree, and parentheses, to effective date 21 June 2022. Parentheses, Royal Public Notice and Royal Press Release to the world, in parentheses, to effective date 18 March 2022. Parentheses, Imperial multi-appropriate, / official royal decree public notice to the world, in parentheses, and quote, in harmony with the be it decreed equity contract, underscore colon space Emperor's Directive dash 0004 capital Z small a / Imperial Constitution for the Imperial Royal Kingdom in parentheses ECMYE-IRK all cap in parentheses via Emperor's Directive dash 0004 capital Z effective date 4 April 2014 per 3 April 2013. Something that came up on my screen. All right. My bad. / Imperial Constitution of the Continental Order Shamashi Empire in parentheses ICCMYE in parentheses colon space to Emperor's Directive that's 0003 capital Z colon space notification of diplomatic arrival, notice of apostille, and official act of state effective date 9 April 2009 to Emperor's Directive dash 0001 in parentheses CMYE all cap USA small u / USA all cap in parentheses colon space effective date 18 July 2007 to effective date 4 March 2004 / claim dash of dash life in parentheses CL all cap in parentheses 2 effective date 11 February 2004 / United States of America State Department in parentheses minor in parentheses apostille verification number colon space 04010010 and underscore 04010010-1 colon space 2 the aegis underscore of the treaty capital T of Bern and underscore Constitution of the Universal Postal Union effective date 30 September 2003 quote retroactive to 9 October 1874 end quote colon space to effective date 20 June 2003 / the state of Georgia in parentheses major in parentheses dash apostille verification number colon space 5604 capital B USA all cap colon space to effective date 13 June 2003 parentheses Yamasee Mirror nationality dash YM all cap in parentheses colon space to effective date 9 May 2003 parentheses Washington Mirror nationality WM all cap in parentheses colon space pursuant to underscore quote sovereign state end quote the Yamasee Native American government via underscore Mount quote Arafat Embassy dash UN colon space 208 dash 1992 USA small u / USA all cap effective date 19 June 2003 colon space in harmony with underscore the quote sovereign state end quote United Washington Didalgamania dash UN colon space 215 dash 1993 USA small u / USA all cap effective date 20 March 2003 colon space to effective date 28 January 1837 / treaty small t of September 16 1836 colon space pursuant to underscore the Constitution for underscore the United small u State of America USA small u effective date 17 September 1787 colon space 2 treaty capital T of peace and friendship effective date 18 July 1787 quote retroactive to 23 June 1786 end quote colon space 2 treaty capital T of Utrecht effective year 1713 colon space to the beginning of recorded history / our dash story as recorded in the stones at Uaxton just off the Yucatan Peninsula and underscore into the future in perpetuity ad infinitum semicolon draw yes colon space Molly Fade. Right. This. Give me a minute. Okay. Let me get in. All right, you go up. Nunc pro tunc. Nunc pro tunc and Yamashik. Nunc pro tunc and hieroglyphic. Imperial Royal Office for His Dash Imperial Dash Majesty presents underscore. Is that did mess with my system like that? Did mess with my system. Right. The Imperial and Imperial Dash Executive Mission for the Imperial Royal Office for His Dash Imperial Dash Majesty and Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States dash States small s colon space underscore. The Imperial and Imperial Dash Executive Mission for the Imperial Royal Office for His Dash Imperial Dash Majesty and Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States dash States small s. It is in harmony with underscore the full faith and sovereign small s gold dash credit guarantee. Footnote 1. Right, footnote 1. Full faith and sovereign small s gold dash credit guarantee. Clause in parentheses means colon space underscore the Imperial Royal Flag dash equity constitutional decree / sovereign small s republic state small s governs the complete and timely satisfaction of all obligations by a sovereign small s republic state, which leads into unfettered credit and trading power of a sovereign small s republic state small s, printing nominal or cap gold sovereign currency and nominal gold sovereign tashi coins to pay all debts and pledge and complete trust. Smiley face. And underscore sovereign small s authority for the absolute dash royal dash sovereign dash emperor colon space all cap h.e.m colon space Sam who and many dash array quote adelo ye end quote in his lawful status underscore as colon space the mirror that's more sovereign crown all cap prince ipso facto ipso jure Jew in re propria interregno Jew and ius hereditatis Jew and ius dash imperi Jew and ius dash gladi Jew and ius dash honorum Jew and ius dash majestatis pursuant to underscore the organic sovereign small s jurisdiction underscore of the accompanying obligation good faith performance and treaty small t for the USA small u and exclamation point I all cap h.e.m colon space smiley face emperor colon space Sam who at many dash ray quote adelo ye end quote in harmony with underscore the Imperial Royal House of Tunica dash Thunderfire and underscore the Imperial Royal House of Samson L dash Sam who Ray pursuant to underscore the de jure / supreme small s Imperial and Imperial dash treaty small t / treaty, capital T rights, imperial and imperial dash land rights, due for faith and sovereign, small s, gold dash credit, imperial and imperial dash territorial authority, imperial and imperial dash constitutional rights, control, venue, included, underscore, dominion, and Westphalian sovereignty. Small s, 4, the imperial royal office for his dash imperial dash majesty, IROHEM, all cap, in parentheses, and the imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States dash states, small s, in parentheses, ECMYE-IRKR, in parentheses, draw dash draw, exclamation point 3 times. I, his dash imperial dash majesty, colon space, emperor, colon space, Sam Hu, at many dash Ray, quote, Adelo Yi, end quote, am the absolute monarch for ECMYE-IRKR, all caps, and colon, imperial constitutional monarch for the continental Muurish Yamashi Empire, semicolon, and executive monarch, in parentheses, INRI, Anagaru, Israel, in parentheses, for his dash imperial dash majesty's royal post, Imperial Royal Kingdom, USA, small u, / USA, all cap. Also, am the absolute dash royal dash sovereign dash emperor for the IROHEM, all cap, which is active and in quote force, underscore, exercising, performing, and evolving with planetary civil power upon the land. USA, small u, pursuant to, underscore, the organic American states, small s, underscore, of the Union, known as the United States of America, in parentheses, major, in parentheses, USA, small u, semicolon, draw, dash, draw, exclamation point 3 times. The IROHEM, all cap, formulates and implements the organizational and functional operation for the ECMYE-IRKR and exists for the development, formalization, and establishment of state sovereignty, cultural and diplomatic relations between and score the ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, and relevant entities, semicolon. All right. Also, the execution for the restoration and performance of all constructive agreements, equity contracts, claims, and treaties, small t. The IROHEM, all cap, is responsible for the safeguarding and management of the continuous operational prosperity of the ECMYE-IRKR. To achieve this goal, the IROHEM, all cap, has been delegated following power by, all cap, H.E.M. colon space emperor, colon space Sam Hu, at many dash array, quote, Adelo Yi, end quote, colon, for a crown. First on, to oversee, correction, to ensure and oversee the security and safety of the ECMYE-IRKR, semicolon. Second on, to oversee the Imperial CMYE, all cap, Supreme, small s, Court, in parentheses, ICMYESC, small s, in parentheses, and Imperial Judiciary Administration, in parentheses, IJA, all cap, in parentheses, semicolon. Next on, to oversee and manage the NAMA, all cap, Imperial and Imperial Financial Enterprise, i.e., Diamond, Imperial CMYE, all cap, Treasury, in parentheses, ICMYET, all cap, in parentheses, next diamond, NAMA International Central Bank, in parentheses, NICB, in parentheses, next diamond, NAMA Global Bank, in parentheses, NGB, in parentheses, all cap. Next diamond, Imperial Binu, Global Financial Institution, in parentheses, IBGFI, all cap, in parentheses, semicolon. Next to oversee the administration and ensure the responsible and sustainable use of all imperial and imperial sovereign, small s, territory, semicolon, next UNC, to oversee the protection of all natural resources for the ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, semicolon, next UNC, to oversee and maintain all official records of the ECMYE-IRKR per the IIEHU, all cap, semicolon, next to provide access to official records for the benefit of the ECMYE-IRKR, cap, semicolon, next to preserve the history / our that story and culture of the ECMYE-IRKR, cap, semicolon, next to oversee the Imperial Guardian, IG in parentheses, responsible for the protection of all cap H.E.M. semicolon. Next to oversee the Imperial Judicial Marshal, in parentheses, IJM, all cap, in parentheses, for the protection of the ICMYESC, small s, and IJA, semicolon. Next to oversee the Imperial Regional Marshals, IRM in parentheses, and the Imperial Community Marshal, ICM in parentheses, who's responsible for the protection of the IROHEM, all caps, semicolon. Next to oversee and collaborate with the Imperial Indigenous Marshals, in parentheses, IIM, all cap, in parentheses, responsible for the protection, peace, and order within the ECMYE-IRKR, semicolon. Next to oversee and ensure the financial stability of the ECMYE-IRKR, cap, semicolon. Next to oversee the donations and grants from private individuals and organizations, semicolon. Next to oversee the collection of imperial and imperial royalties and fiscal sovereignty, small s. All right. In addition to the powers delegated by all cap H.E.M. Emperor Sam Hu and many dash Ray, quote, Adeloyi, the IROHEM, all cap, also has the following responsibilities. First, to evolve and implement the strategies of the all cap H.E.M. semicolon. Next, to continuously review and adapt to meet the changing and evolvement of the ECMYE-IRKR's social, economic, cultural, and diplomatic presence. Next, to identify and implement innovative projects and initiatives to promote the prosperity of the ECMYE-IRKR. Next, to protect and ensure imperial and imperial security for the ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, from threats both domestic and foreign. Next, to maintain peace and order within the ECMYE-IRKR, okay, and ensure the safety of His Imperial Majesty and all non-national, small n, semicolon. Next, to ensure the smooth and efficient operation of the ECMYE-IRKR, okay, semicolon. Next, to provide essential services to national, small n, semicolon. Next, to maintain infrastructure and public services for the evolutionary prosperity of the ECMYE-IRKR, semicolon. Next, to promote economic growth and development within the ECMYE-IRKR, cap, semicolon. Next, to improve the quality of life for all national, small n, semicolon. Next, to ensure the long-term sustainability of the IROHEM, all cap, and the ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. All right. The IROHEM, all cap, is organized as follows: _, Imperial Royal Executive, _, first, responsible for the day-to-day, day-to-day operations of the IROHEM, all cap. Next, provides leadership and direction to the IROHEM, all cap, staff. Next, provides leadership and direction to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, in parentheses, MFAIC, or CAP, in parentheses, with establishing diplomatic relations, domestic and foreign policies for the ECMYE-IRKR. Next page. Imperial Secretariats, call it space, first on, provides administrative and logistical support to the IRO-HEM, okay. Next on, manages the IRO-HEM's, okay, budget and finances. Right. Imperial Royal Executive, call it space. First on, oversees the implementation of the IRO-HEM, okay, policies and programs. Next on, coordinates the activities of the IRO-HEM's various departments and agencies for the Imperial and Imperial government, including the Imperial House of Viziers, Imperial Secretariats, holding space, first on, provides advice and counsel to his Imperial Majesty on matters of state. Next on, oversees the activities of the IRO-HEM, CAP, and the Imperial and Imperial institutions, resources. Next on, provide advice and counsel to his Imperial Majesty on matters relating to the Imperial Indigenous Matriarchal Council, in parentheses, IIMC, or CAP, in parentheses. The IRO-HEM, or CAP, delegates powers to various offices, as well as the, quote, sovereign states, end quote, Amaru, Washitamer, Didagdamaunya, for the autochthon autonomous Imperial Washita Nation, Imperial CMYE government for the Republic, Sovereign Crown, or CAP Prince, hereafter, underscore, the IRO-HEM, CAP, semicolon, and the Imperial Continental Congress, henceforth, underscore, the Imperial and Imperial-Continental Congress, to ensure the continuous operational prosperity of the ECMYE-IRKR, okay. The sovereign country / states is structured to govern various functions, including, underscore, Imperial and Imperial royalty, Imperial and Imperial royal terrestrial rights, territorial rights, NAMA, or CAP, Imperial and Imperial financial enterprise, Imperial and Imperial security, IJA and ICMYESC, small f. The Imperial and Imperial executive missions for the IRO-HEM, or CAP, and ECMYE-IRKR, or CAP, is executed pursuant to, underscore, all historical treaties, small t, and conventions, ensuring lawful, legal, administrative, and Imperial constitutional enforcement under the ECMYE-IRKR, or CAP. The IRO-HEM, or CAP, as it pertains, underscore, to this Imperial and Imperial executive mission for the IRO-HEM and ECMYE-IRKR, per the Congress for the United States, USA, small u, semicolon, Grand Army of the Republic, USA, small u, / USA, all caps, semicolon, Kingdom of Morocco, Africa, semicolon, United Nations - International Court of Justice at The Hague, the Netherlands, semicolon, the office of the President, POTUS, POTUS, all cap, in parentheses, USA, all cap, semicolon, the office of the Governor of Georgia, USA's, all cap, semicolon, United Nations and United Nations Security Council, semicolon, world governments, semicolon, and sovereign states, pursuant to, underscore, the UN Convention de la ECMYE, effective date 5 October 1961, and the aegis, underscore, of the treaty, capital T of Bern, and underscore Constitution of the Universal Postal Union, effective date 30 September 2003, quote, retroactive to 9 October 1874, end quote, to, underscore, honor their full faith and credit, underscore, good faith performance, accompanying obligation, effective year 1513, for the assurance of the full faith and credit, constructive agreements and treaties, and score. As evident in, the Constitution, 4 _ the United small u States of America, USA small u, effective date 17 September 1787, dash Article 1, Section 10, Article 3, Article 4, Section 1 and Section 4, Article 6 and Article 7, semicolon, and _ the de jure, / territorial authority, / de jure, / imperial and imperial treaty, small t, / treaty, capital T, authority, imperial and imperial, dash sovereign, territorial authority, full faith and sovereign, small s, gold dash credit, imperial and imperial, dash sovereign, land rights, imperial and imperial, dash constitutional privileges, sovereignty, control, dominion, venue, and Westphalian sovereignty, small s, pursuant to _ the imperial and imperial, absolute, royal, divine, sovereign, small s, dash powers, and imperial and imperial, dash delegation of authority, 4, all cap, H.E.M. : includes _ the full, lawful, legal, and administrative sovereignty as governing authority, 4, _ first on. The activation of the IROHEM, all cap, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. Next on. The activation of the IIM, IJM, IRM, and ICM, all cap. Next on. The activation of the ICMYE-SC, small s, IJA, and 13th Territorial, District, Court, dash Imperial Muurish Yamashi Consular Court. Next on. The activation of the MFAIC, all cap, Imperial Royal Embassy, Mount Ararat Embassy, and the Imperial Muurish Yamashi Consulate. Next on. The activation of the sovereign state, Imperial CMYE government for the Republic, in parentheses, ICMYE-GR, all cap, in parentheses, and sovereign state, Amur, Washita Mirrors, Didogdamania. Next on. The activation of the NAMA, all cap, Imperial and Imperial Financial Enterprise, IIEHU, ICMYET, all cap, NICB, NGB, and IBGFI, all cap. Next on. The activation of all, be it decreed, de jure, / ECMYE-IRKR treaties, capital T. Next on. The activation of the Imperial Continental Congress, henceforth, the Imperial and Imperial Continental Congress for the ECMYE-IRKR. All right, next page. All right, this is for you. Is this for you for the next reader?
Hi, Ms. Ray. The ROHEM exists for the establishment of the familiarization of state sovereignty, cultural and diplomatic relations, and is responsible.
Hold on, Ms. Ray. Salam alaikum, Magic.
Salam alaikum, Magic.
There wasn't nothing. There wasn't no teaching on all that stuff. Barkai Ray just taught. There wasn't no questions or anything on that.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah. Question, comments, or concern.
First question, Emperor. When you say
to the top page, come on.
Okay. So quote, when you say quote, due full faith and sovereign gold credit, end quote. What do you mean by due? Who is it due to, and why is it due?
It's due to us. It's due to us, and it's overdue, past due. Because once you got your full faith and credit back, they had to pay all the debt. But they refused to pay the debt because you became the best kept secret. So it became due because you got your seat back. you got your equity back in 100 million. That's why I say due full faith and credit. Past due, but it's due now. You feel me? In other words, time to pay the debt, right?
That's right.
Right.
Time to pay the pipe.
All right, what else we got?
Another question. How are you able to attach the ECMYE-IRKR to the Treaty of Burns and the Constitution of the Universal Postal Union?
When they lost the case. When the post office came with a false arrest warrant, okay, to get out of the contract that me and the Moon, well, I can just use me now, that I had established with the post office earlier in that year, in January, when I sent them confirmation that I was no longer their all cap name Darius Todd Sampson, who they hired. Darius Todd Sampson is now the property of Khufu Renu Zudok Sampsonell, quote, Thunderfire, end quote, who's a sovereign in his own venue. So the post office said they weren't supposed to respond, but they did respond. That Darius Todd Sampson has to, that they agreed, they understood the contract, they agreed to it, but Darius Todd Sampson had to come to work and abide by the rules and regulations of the Postal Service. Well, Darius Todd Sampson already was accustomed to that. You know, you had a certain time you had to hit the clock. You was already doing it. So there wasn't nothing changed that you had to do. Only difference was you were doing business as all cap name. But the sovereign, the blood being, was coming in to work doing business as all cap. And they agreed to that. When they violated that, when they came with the false arrest and put it all on Georgia TV and saying that we was trying to embezzle $289 million from the post office to restart the Nubian nation, that was all fraud. That was all he said. So the whole point was the post office, who had a lawful, legal, and administrative lien from the Yamasee government by way of Moon Raphael, who had a lawful, legal, and administrative lien against the sovereign post office. So when the sovereign post office came after him, they brought me involved with it, which they should have never touched. So once they included me, they created some character named John O'Neill, who don't have no social security card and they don't have no birth certificate. So they wrote a fictitious warrant, a fraudulent warrant to arrest the sovereign doing business at Darius Todd Sampson on postal property. So once they did that, they became liable for damages. Throughout the process, they understood that this Darius Todd Sampson is now the deputy counsel in chief of his own state. And then when I did a claim of life, he became a sovereign of his own state. Okay, so they came with a false arrest 30 September 2003, and the Khufu Renu Z Sampsonell Thunderfire, quote, Thunderfire, end quote, became a sovereign crown prince 11 February 2004. So now the case done flipped from them coming out for a former employee to a sovereign versus a sovereign. And if that sovereign lose, well, they lose all their sovereignty. Well, the post office lost that case. And the sovereign me, hold on a second, I got echo. We there?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. So the sovereign won the case, me. So the post office, who is a sovereign of the land, that's why you got a postal zone, and that's why you got a post office box. And everything you do got to go through the post service. Because to get your state ID, you got to give them address. Okay? Whether you use UPS box, post office box, make a difference. That bring you under that jurisdiction. That's why you can have the ID they get ready coming out. Because the post office was original, the sovereign. So you was able to get away with all that friction, that fraud with the IDs and all that, until the true sovereign showed back up. And he won his case against a sovereign, which is impossible to them. That's called the post service. Well, the post office. See, so you got two entities there. You got the United States Postal Service, who is always in the red. Then you got the United States Post Office. That's the sovereign. So when they lost the case, they lost their sovereignty. To me, that's why I got 2 seats. So we got 2 seats up at the Board of Governors by way of Dave Miller conversation. That you got 2 seats. So as we moving this state out, and you see the His Imperial Majesty, my bad, Royal Post, where we already got 2 seats up there that got to be seated in the near future to represent the post of this venue. But they lost their jurisdiction. So when they lost the case, it retroacted back to the time they came with that false arrest. Okay, so that attach you to the Universal Postal Union. You have the Postal Congress. So you're supposed to go through certain rules and regulations to be able to be a member of that postal union. Okay, within that postal union, they got a postal constitutional treaty, a postal treaty, postal union treaty, my bad, that coincide with the Constitution. So when the post office lost the case, I became parcel of the whole postal union. So that's certain things that's going to be straightened out as the ship keep moving for your venue under the post office or the postal union, where you able to move your own. Like in other words, you see like, I can say Morocco, King Mohammed. He don't have a zip code. Same thing here. Because I'm a true sovereign. If the sovereign got if they say they got a sovereign got an address, zip code, well, the real ones don't have a zip code. And you can't track their mail. Okay, so that should help you out a little bit. But on that level, when you come down to how I was able to attach the Treaty of Berne, because under treaty law, they lost their right under that treaty when they violated a true crown prince sovereign that they already knew had created his own sovereign state. Recognized. So when so that helped you out on that question with the Treaty of Berne. Yay, nay?
Yes, Emperor.
Glad to hear.
Any other questions?
Yeah, we have one in the chat room from Nanya Nefere. It says, given the extent of the wealth of the empire, under what circumstances would the empire receive donations and grants from private individuals and organizations?
Depends on what they want to attach themselves. When you coming like I'm coming, you can have every country, every state wanting you to be having a part of their whatever they got value, so they can have attachment to us. As far as grants and stuff like that, that's just something they want to donate in favor of something that's down the road. That's just sovereignty, you know. So you think about what's coming to the royal house, Imperial Royal House, or Tunica, that's Thunderfire now. And then you think of what's coming to the Imperial Royal House of Samsonell, that's Samuel Ray now. You feel me? So that's just part of you coming to your seat. That makes sense to you. We straight?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So when you see we did the notice of accession, it was also to the what? Treaties. Because you have what? Standing, recognized treaties that's under your venue. So that's why I say the notice of accession ain't for everybody, because they ain't got no damn treaty rights. So they can't do no accession. What are they gonna do an accession to? Al-Marak, Moore Science Temple, there ain't no such thing. Dwight York, Nawari, ain't no such thing. Who you do a accession to? Who else out there with that clowning? Islam, next year Islam, all them boys ain't got no nose accession to who? Elijah Muhammad, please. Wallace D. Muhammad, please. Clarence 13X, please. Malcolm X, please. What the Christian doing a session to? King Martin Luther King? Come on. You feel me? They got no they can't do a session. They can't do a session to their birth certificate. They can't even do a session to their come on, man. You know. So they out there trying to claim some right on that birth certificate. Ain't got no authority to do nothing.
Nah.
So you see how it is when you run a sovereign state opposed to someone out there trying to claim they got an organization that's going to give you some type of freedom that you can go file in some register or some state that belong to the state, that's under the seal of the state, and you think you're going to get some freedom from that state? Why? You know, you got cats out here saying they sent stuff to the governor of Texas and now they're a president. You feel me? You know, and you like, president. If president's for corporations, dummy. So you can't be no sovereign or Moors claiming to be some damn president. And you got niggas out here, you can call them niggas you want to, that follow that crap. Yeah, said nigga. Yeah, nigga. It's an ignorant person. They done changed it 3 times. So get caught up. We out on the road driving trucks, right? No more crackers out there, no more Caucasian boy. They be out there talking about, nigga, shut up. I was like, nigga, all right, nigga, you shut up too. You ain't called me no nigga. I said, all right, nigga. I ain't no nigga. I'm this now. I said, no, you're a nigga because you're ignorant as hell. You feel me? You meet the criteria for they classified as a nigga. You feel me? So by that lack of understanding, lack of common sense, they should think a nigga mean black. You know, for real. So you had to come and say the registry because the post office is sovereign of the land. If you notice, they have no plates on their vehicles. You feel me? Yeah. Because of the mail. And you notice in the post letter, what do you say? In that day and time, as we finish merging the state, he said the only one that's legal lawfully that's going to be high security is what? You're not constitutional marshals, right? Right. They're gonna be constitutional to do what? For the mail only. So you got all these peace officers out here, what they call police officers. They ain't no damn peace officers, my bad. You got police officers out here who say they up what do you say when that? Say they support the Constitution. They don't support no damn Constitution. They support the bar because they classified as police officers, and you're supposed to be a peace officer. So they got police officers to protect the bar and the corporation again for their fraud and all the treason they're doing against their citizens. And they think this boy named Trump is going to be the light of their salvation. He just is more fraud than all of them. But they classified as police officer, and you're supposed to be a peace officer. So they got police officers to protect the bar. You know, we got an echo, right?
An echo somewhere.
Feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other questions, comments, or concern?
How about now? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Emperor, that's why these guys they're confusing these LLCs and business contracts with the government. They can't separate the two. Man, they one and the same, but in reality, these two totally different things. One of them has a venue, and the other one has an LLC.
I'm getting there with you. You said these organizations out here,
right? And even the leaders who's over the organizations, they pushing for these LLCs, but those are not governments. They're just
that's something dealing with the IRS,
right?
What they attempting to do is that they won't, or what they're doing out there, because African Americans just don't get into trust law. You feel me? They rather have a will or an estate plan. You feel me? So they don't even deal with trust law. So you found a lot of people out there, organization, they teaching people how to use your Treasury direct account number opposed to your social. So instead of them looking at you when you go get a job or whatever, contract or whatever through your social, they got them looking at you through your Treasury number. And they promote that stuff. And I done been in meetings with millionaires in Georgia. They invited me when they found out about the state and what I was doing, what I had, and they invite me to certain meetings. I go to them, and they talking about certain stuff. But when I get up and ask questions, they get mad at me because it's cutting out their money flow. It's gonna cut their venue out, their money flow out. So they give the people what they want. So the African Americans, they want a will or an estate plan, not realizing that when they black ass die, the state has to appoint what's that name they get? Executor over your account or a trustee over your account. You usually want to. Then they got to come in and regulate your estate. And before you get a penny, they're going to make sure the state got every damn thing. But when you work through a trust, the trust already defines on what's going to go down, who's going to get what. And then there's a whole nother level of taxes when you're dealing with a trust. So it's just, to me, being in 2024, and you got 90% of African Americans in the United States that don't even take the time to understand the trust. And then they go out there and vote for these cats, Biden and Trump and all them characters, and all them work through trust law. Look how many trust that boy Trump got. You feel me? How he working through trust law. And if they're going to follow suit or they're going to follow the Caucasian man like they doing, they worship him, well, they should follow the same process. Own nothing, control everything. You feel me? That makes sense to you.
It does. The trick knowledge, right?
What they call it. So these cats out here can't establish a venue. That's all they can do, the LLC. And then, doing all that crazy ass UCC filing and don't even understand the process of security agreement to protect you against that UCC. And and then you got to bond yourself. So they don't understand none of that process. They cut that stuff out and just go straight to that UCC form, and they can get a quick $350, $1,000, whatever, and then they go do the paperwork for these cats, and they don't even know nothing about the paperwork they filed. So instead of teaching them the right way, the security agreement, this and that take too long, a lengthy process. So they cookie cutters. They just out there flipping, and these people out here buying, and then they get out there want to do a 1099 and say they did some damn business for a year, and they know damn well they ain't had no damn business. And they do all these fraudulent 1099 girl in Charlotte were doing 1099, and when they come out there, everybody running. Then you got people saying, I ain't had nothing to do with paperwork, knowing damn well they had something to do with paperwork. But now the IRS on their ass, they're trying to say somebody stole their identity. You feel me? All that kind of crap to get out of it. You feel me? Really get out of it because I know a couple of them did it. You feel me? So it's just, they don't read the contract. It's like you got 99% of people in the world right now got a job. They signed that W-4, got a signature, they ain't read that contract to this day. And they just go to work. And something happened, it's inside your contract, you get fired, you didn't know it was in there. You feel me? So it become mindful that you learn how to contract. And if you want to get here, you got no contract. So you got people want to come over here, they don't understand where they come from. They listen, but they can't understand. They want or they say, you want to be a millionaire, but you don't want to do what it takes to be, to be a millionaire, but you want to be a millionaire. You feel me? It ain't that simple. That's why you got people on welfare and living in the projects. You feel me? Because they don't want to put in the work to get out of projects. They rather play tunk, smoke weed, drink all day, work at damn Burger King, and live in the project. That's cool with them. Not realizing that's just a waste of energy. You see 20, 30 years go by, ain't nothing has been accomplished, right? So now you got a chance to run your own bills. Now I heard when he said a while ago, debt, okay. You're in a debt-based system. Okay, so under your status, you create debt, but the whole point is you don't pay debt with debt. You pay debt with credit, so that you ain't got no damn debt. But you got to create it. House got a value. House got a value on it. It's called commerce. No problem. Well, you ain't got to go get a no 30-year contract like they want you to create interest, so they can gain. Make that $100,000 lien to $1 million in 10 years. That's that debt-based system. In your case, you just pay it off because it becomes what? Part of your property under your portfolio, under your state. It's your land, but the way it's set up right now, ain't no problem. If we had to buy it all back, no problem. You feel me? It's just about commerce. That makes sense to you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh. So we good? Y'all we straight on that now?
Yes.
Clear.
All right. Any other questions, comments, or concern? No. At this time, we return to our next reader. Next reader, state your appellation.
Assalamu alaikum at Magic. I am Nesfere, your next reader. I continue.
Hold on a minute. It's 8:45, y'all. What page we on? 4?
Yes.
Okay. So that you start reading now, we be at 10. You feel me? Because I already see questions in this. And so we can end it here tonight. Miss Correa, if you don't mind, start up tomorrow on page 4. We ain't got to go through we ain't gonna spend that much time on the brief and all that. We should take us no more than probably 45 minutes to an hour tomorrow. You just run through that and then pick this up on 4. And then give everybody go back through page 1, 2, and 3 and bring me some damn questions, all right? You feel me? You talking about the executive mission here, you feel me? We down on page 4. What you got? Come on.
Okay. So What's the connection between the INRI and his Imperial Majesty Royal Post?
The INRI? Oh, because under that, when I established that INRI developed, and that came into that zone during that time. So that kind of went under the executive. You got to realize you got absolute, okay? And you got constitutional authority, imperial constitutional authority, and you got the executive authority, which is the three crowns. And that's over the whole world. You know, you got executive, but they ain't no what they consider the Pope absolute, but I'm over him now. All right, then you got the constitutional, and you could probably go through the system and see how many constitutional monarchs out there on the market. Well, you know, I think you might find one, maybe two out there on the market, if that, tell you the truth. And then you got executive monarch, and that's dealing with the King of England, King of Spain, King of Morocco, all them executives. Okay, so you see you got 3 levels of monarchy, you feel me? But all the ones out there on the market now are executive. Because they gave up all that to make the Pope absolute, remember? Okay, so you notice Muhammad said before I got to where I'm at now, that his son, the prince, crown prince that's coming up, when he take the seat, he said he would come in as an absolute. You feel me? Because you see Morocco understand what has happened with the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, that the United States had no more jurisdiction over that treaty. And they outside the bounds of France and everybody else, family, since I came back and took the other side. That's what a lot of people don't realize, but I go and give it to you now. That's why they coming out of that boy Trump so hard. And that, you know, they don't give a damn, because when he made Muhammad the chief commander, he relinquished all the authority of the United States in that treaty. It's gone, never be good. It's done. You feel me? You won't see Obama stand up no more and say that's the longest standing treaty for Obama. Oh no. You feel me? It's gone. It's all under our jurisdiction and Kingdom of Morocco now. And how we build it. And if you notice, you seen Obama coming out the other day, last week, coming out 10 Downing Street. People ask the question, why ain't Biden coming out of 10 Downing Street, or the vice president coming out of 10 Downing Street? Why is Obama coming out of 10? You feel me, over there in England? Because of the contract, he said what? The United States a cruise ship, not a speedboat. So they got to get confirmation of everything that's coming out and moving with this sovereign state here. And the best way to get direct information from that side of town, they call who? Obama. Why else we be over there for? You feel me?
I'm leaking with magic. Emperor, is that because Obama is one of the, I'm sure not the only, the constitutional scholar side? Is that why he would be there?
No, he would be there because when he was that degree that he got, then a constitutional scholar would be to the point where he the one who understood. Like, remember I told you, they only found 3 appellate court judges in the whole bar association, and the American Bar Association and the British Bar Association. They only found 3 appellate court judges who even understood the contract we created. So when he came in as a constitutional scholar, he understood and got briefings from these appellate court judges to the point where he had to come in and say what he said, that the active state that I sent him is a cruise ship, not a speedboat. You feel me? You know, and like I told you before, there was years left on Chief Black Eagle seat that he abdicated his seat. So that's why he was telling me, you can't move. It's a cruise ship, not a speedboat. So once he understood that, they knew exactly, what I had accomplished and what Colin Powell had did when they signed in a sovereign state. Not an organization, a sovereign republic state that had more authority than them, because you got constitutional authority. They go back to the Constitution for the United Small U States of America. Okay? They go back to September 1787. They can't go back that far. They can only go back to 4 March 1789. You go back and I go back and pick up the whole treaties, the gold and everything. which from March 1789 all the way back to when they put a seal on it, 1786, June. Feel me? So that's so Obama, when he answered, that's why he understood that. That's why a year after I sent the Constitution out, he was on his way to a foreign trip and detoured to the Vatican on the same day that I signed the 27 March 2013, because even though I signed the Declaration of Independence on the 25th, they go by the Declaration of Service when they docked it, which was signed on the 27th. Okay. So that's why he met the Pope on the 27th a year later. And you see the, I think de facto Queen of England, she met the Pope a year later when you signed the Constitution. So that's showing you the authority that came with my position and my opposite authority, that you talking to the heads that high. Outside of everybody's brain over here in America, because you can't even explain that to American citizens because they can't even see that far outside. You feel me? So you seen right there how far you was out there, but over here they kept trying to bring you on the cheap Black Eagle, bring you on the Farrakhan, all these cats, bring you on the Islam, Christianity, all that stuff. You look at them like, you got your own damn venue. You feel me? You don't need to be on nobody, and nobody wanted. They couldn't accept it because nothing new come. Everything that was supposed to come is here, and I reject all that crap. You feel me? Because they ain't brought me no proof on anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Which brings to mind, yes, which brings to mind the image of him standing there, and as he was finishing the main body of his speech presentation, I was keen that he looked back over his shoulder as he said, "Oh, by the way," and he had a bit of a smile on his face, and I'm wondering what was going through his head and who he actually was talking to.
Oh no, he talking to me. But the thing is that he couldn't put it on. That's why he said after the speech. That's why I got a lot of people confused. He couldn't put me on the docket because he lost his job. So he had to say that after the speech. Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way. See, that one gonna be on the presidential platform because he said he was over. Then he said, oh, by the way, because he knew it had to be off the books. That act of state is a cruise ship, not a speedboat. And you remember the media went frizzy, because it was crazy. It was frizzy. They were everywhere. You seen it on first news, everything. Obama said we're in the act of state. Then they found out what act of state meant. And they got real quiet in it.
Yo.
And then next thing you know, people start saying, well, who got a state? who, you know what I'm saying? Because you got an active state, that make where the state at. You feel me?
Right.
So that's why everybody knew there was a state somewhere, and Obama just brought it up, and they trying to find out, attempting to find out who got that state when the whole while I had it.
Mm.
I yield. I appreciate that. So I'm leaking with magic.
So okay, so that's why I brought the INRI under the executive monarch branch, for his Imperial Majesty's Royal Post. Okay, that's why that's under there. Okay. And you see you got the royal seal of the Anunnaki, the red cross. The red and a cross, but they call it a Celtic seal, going back. But that was a royal Anunnaki seal. All right, so we good on that? What page we on?
Page 4.
All right. I mean, right now we on page 1. I was just looking at all the questions here, like one right here, full faith and sovereign gold dash credit guarantee parentheses clause in parentheses means. You feel me? So there ain't nobody out on the market got no stuff like that. They don't understand. They don't understand you even put it together. How your brain even function that way. You feel me?
Yeah.
He said, what means what? : the imperial royal flag, which is the red flag, right? That's equity, constitutional decree. That's the 100 million in gold, you see? / sovereign republic state. That's what the Grand Vizier chair was, see? governs, that's under you now, governs the timely and the complete and timely satisfaction of all obligations by a sovereign republic state, which is you now. You feel me? But that guarantee come back to when? Go back to when? Where? The imperial royal flag. Which leads to what? Unfettered credit. They say debit, you see? And trading power of a sovereign republic state. Printing what? Nominal gold sovereign currency. Because only the last time you had sovereigns on the land was when the emperor was on the land, you feel me? And now you got nominal gold sovereign quote sheet coins, you see, to pay all debts and pledge incomplete trust. That's the wickedest piece on the market. You feel me? So that's what a sovereign state can do. These organizations can't do nothing like that. These religious organizations can't do nothing like that. So you understand how deep and how powerful your sovereign republic is. That makes sense to you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Couldn't find the button. I get it.
Be all right. So you see, so you stepping in the right direction. Now it's time for you to shine. What else we got? Get y'all breathing room so you can get some stuff going on them first 3 pages before Miss Carre take over on the 4th of March.
Yes.
We good? All right. So there ain't no questions. Everybody good? We can we can tune it down for the night. We gave him a good 4 hours, I believe, right?
Yes, gratitude.
We did. Yeah.
Good show. We got a good show last 2 nights, right?
Yes.
Yes, we
Think they
have.
learned anything out there?
Yes.
You think they learned anything?
It
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? We're gonna keep moving, right?
Yeah, we learning. Right. We all learning.
All right.
Yes. All right.
All right, what we got? Come on.
All right. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Before we end this. No? All hearts and minds are clear?
Yeesh.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Clear. Yes.
Clear.
All right.
Clear.
Let me get this in there right quick. Let me get this in there. If you look up here at this seal up top, you see the Imperial IIEHU University, right? And you notice when you see the pyramid, you see each corners in there, right? And you notice who's sitting in the center is Imhotep, right? All right, so that make you, so when you see the pyramid's got a split in it, that way it's not sealed. So that make that energy can flow all over again. So that's how deep and heavy your university is, all right? We good now? Finish that up?
Yes.
Gratitude.
All right, so let's end it, y'all. Appreciate you.
All right.
You got a full moon at 3 o'clock in the morning now, so light your candle, burn your incense, cut your hair, cut your nails, sit in the tub, do whatever, and enjoy this full moon that's all in us right now. All right.
Indeed. Yes.
Sure.
Right.
Gratitude, protector.
Gratitude.
Yeesh.
Yes.
All right, so let's close it out, y'all, so we can get out of here, okay?
All right. All right. This has been Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for country of United States State Republic. State, small s. This has been our official day of the Eagle 3-day, or second of 3-day full Eagle / Olmec Earthworm Moonlight reading. of the Imperial and Imperial Executive Mission of the Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty, IIEHU, and the Royal Bio for all cap H.E.M. Space Emperor Space Sam Hu and Mini Ray. I would like to thank His Imperial Majesty Emperor Sam Hu and Mini Ray, quote, Eloye, end quote, and all the royal families. Also, Nama family, I'd like to thank you in advance for your attention and cooperation for tomorrow, our continuation, third day, 26 March, celebration, all right, of the Full Eagle, / Olmec Earthworm Moon Live Reading. Right. Keep in mind, all cap H.E.M. Space Emperor Space has decreed and granted non-national, small n, and those who are skilled, non-executive directors, NEDs, and non-directors, NDs, privileges and amenities to operate without fear or favor. They're properly formed and operational. Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic, full faith in sovereign, small s, gold credit, venue, jurisdiction, commerce, and shout out, hashtag non-national culture. All right. Mark your calendars for Tuesday, 23 April 2024. That's the last day. But in closing, we would like to thank the Universal Traveler Dweller, the Absolute Royal Sovereign, all cap H.E.M. Emperor Sam Hu, Emperor Space Sam Hu, Mini Ray, quote, Adelo and the Imperial Royal family for their presence. Moreover, we express gratitude for all the Imperial and Imperial Dynamic Readers, gratitude to all the non-national working behind the scene, and our viewing audience for your attendance and participation. With that, we say, Salam Alaikum with magic, and may the dweller be with you, divine beings. And may you continue to be a universal traveler, space, dweller Emperor, space, Sam Hu, at Mini Ray, quote, Adelo Yi, end quote, divine being. Yes.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
With all of us divine beings.
Alaikum with magic.
Smiley face.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Assalamu alaikum with magic.
Alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum
9
with
o'clock
magic.
in the
Smiley
morning.
face.
Good hosting in your Bakai.
Hey.